All right, what is up, YouTube? It's me, the artisanmc, and you've now embarked on a hero's journey. 10 minutes late, but you guys weren't expecting me today anyway, so it's all good. This is, small business ventures. Like, share, and subscribe if you showed up to the stream. Definitely hit the like button. I do appreciate it. Um, this will today should be a change in the frequency of streams because I'm on a new schedule now. So I have plenty of free time coming up, which means my efforts can be diverted in a number of other ways. So I look forward to that. Shout out to the Malika Meat Bang, my cinephilic brother. Was good with you, Malika? Early bird in the building, lead off batter. Saying peace to Artisan and the Geek Elite. Appreciate that, Malika. I'm drinking some coffee today because I came home and enjoyed sleeping on my couch last night. I did enjoy that. I was watching a movie too. That was pretty good. But it's cold in my house, so I needed some coffee this morning. Shout out to the package man, No One. He says, "Sup? Sup to you, No One? What's good with you?" My favorite Scorpio. One of my favorite Scorpios. Let me not get it twisted. Joe Herb, what's good, Herb? Herb to stay all day. Said peace to Artisan and all the chat. Peace to you, Herbert. Stay. No One said salute to the Geek Elite. Peace, Malika. Artisan. Appreciate that, No One. And it's been a while. Been dragging those two short kings, one in diapers and a drunk one and all. Yeah. You told me. Yeah. You having a journey right now, sir. The movie I just finished watching this morning was War Machine on Netflix with Alan Richardson. And shout out to Eric in Vandenberg who told me about this movie, and I was trying to watch it all last week, but I kept coming home, or excuse me, not even home, coming back to my hotel and crashing out. Not losing my shit, which is the way modern day flips what words mean. I crashed. I went to sleep. I was tired as fuck. So I did watch it today or last night, and I finished it again today because I fell asleep in the last 20 minutes, like always happens when you start watching something late. The last 20 minutes is where you're going to fall asleep. It doesn't matter. You're going to sleep in the last 20 minutes. So if you want to see the ending, skip 20 minutes ahead and then start the movie. You'll probably finish the whole thing. But as it were, I fell asleep 20 minutes before the end, so I started it back over again when I woke up this morning, finished that 20 minutes, and then watched the finale of Starfleet Academy, which is why I'm late. Doing my research, I don't like to talk about anything out of ignorance. Oh, goody. So, point being, No One, in the movie War Machine, there is a part that's key about carrying people over the line. It's key. So if you watch that movie, look for that. You'll see it. It's very obvious, but it's an important message about men carrying things the distance. Hero for Hire. I guess you're Luke Cage. What's good? He said, "My journey." Yes, you have joined. We're all taking a long walk together. at least for this couple of hours. What up, King? I ain't seen the King Parish in a minute. Oh, you up here with the Martin? God dang, one of the goofiest characters Martin has ever done. Peace and abundance to everybody. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. I woke up this morning, which means I am very blessed amongst other people. And I have a sunny disposition, which makes me double blessed. So I'm doing awesome today. Beastly Nerd, what's good with you? He said, "Morning, artisan in the mountains." No, I'm back. I'm back home. I'm at space base artisan. Came back. I wasn't supposed to be back um, today. I wasn't going to be back home until later today, which is why I had scheduled the stream for Monday. But things didn't work out, so I came back early. So there was no reason for me to stay where I was. I saw everything I needed to see. So I went ahead and came on back. I put some of the pictures up on my community tab so you can see some of the pictures from Morrobay. It was nice. It's beautiful out there. I hadn't been there before. That was my first time there. And I enjoyed it, except for two things I'll tell you about later. But yeah, it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I could see myself going back there and hanging out, but not for the full time. Like if I went for a weekend, I'd only be there a day. I don't think there's anything more to see there outside of that day. But it was peaceful to be out there. Sunset, beautiful, gorgeous sunset. Idyllic coastal town. Other than that, it's funny thing about being someplace where it's hundreds, thousands of people around, and you only see one other black person there, and the one other black person you saw was some little kid. No black men, no black women. Nah, nah, bruh. Something about that. I don't always worry about that shit. I'm aware of it. I'm conscious of it. I don't worry about it. And it was funny that being in that place was a little different than being in the South. Let that jiggle in your head a little bit. There was a little bit more unease being in that place in California than it was being in Georgia in the South. Isn't that weird? It's an interesting little dichotomy we have here in liberal California. That you get into some small town somewhere and you really might not feel safe. For real. They're smiling. Let them smiles hide shit. King Pear said, "Been missing for a minute. Had a dream where a burning bush told me to not get married. Woke up, got a U-Haul, and moved out the state." Hey, if you had that understanding, if you had that dream, you believe it, do it. Marriage ain't for everybody. Relationships are not for everybody. They're not. They just aren't. But what you will learn, well, I'm telling you this like you're not grown. You're grown. But what you understand, what I understand, what you learn in life is you trust your fucking instincts. You have to learn to trust your instincts. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Trust your instincts. Be curious, but trust your instincts. So if your dream was telling you not to do it, then don't. People can ride you for why you chose not to. Oh, I had a premonition. I had a dream. It was a burning bush. Look, man, just use reality. I assume you're a black man in the United States, right? Marriage ain't been working out for us. It's not necessarily in your favor. Why do it? I know a few women dedicated to men for decades that have never married him, and it ain't even a fucking man. In prison, married to some other woman. And these bitches is dedicated to this nigga. Kids out of wedlock and everything. Do you think marriage is needed in that situation? Do you think she's calling for it? No. Nowadays, I can tell you probably proof positive of one thing. If a chick is sweating you about fucking marriage, she got some shit she wants you to take care of for her. She's trying to secure herself. Because rats always flee a sinking ship. And women always look for security. She don't want to struggle that much. She wants somebody to carry that emotional baggage for her. Or the bill. Regardless of what the fuck they say. Grown men don't want to take care of the bills they got. You think a grown woman does? Just to prove that she's better than a man? Get the fuck out of here. Nobody like paying this shit. We was joking about this shit at work this last week about how much gas is. Right? When I filled up the toaster oven, it was $5.88 a gallon. $5.88 a gallon. I paid it. I thought it was pretty fucking high, but I paid it. You know why I can do that? Not really worry about it too much. Because it's just me. I know how much I'm going to drive. I know I like driving. And I know country is at war, technically. That's what the fuck it is. You know who ain't liking that shit? A lot of folks. Anyway, I don't fault you, players. I don't fault you, King. Look, do what you believe is in your best interest. And right now, for men, marriage is not in your best interest. It's not. Told y'all. I'm a fan of love. I like marriage. I believe marriage is a decent thing. It's taken a lot of black eyes from how people use it. But marriage in and of itself, I don't see as a negative. It's not the tool's fault. It's how people use it. So marriage in and of itself is not screwed up. How government and modern women use marriage is fucked up. It is. It's a wealth extractor. So I don't see the point in doing it if it's not benefiting you. I've been married and divorced. I can tell you it ain't about the man. None of it is about the man. The only part, that is about the man is the part where it's over, where you have to pay. That's the only part that's about you. All the rest of it, ceremony, all of that shit, it's not about you at all. It's not for you. It's for her. The only thing that's for you is the bill. So, why bother? You get the best parts for free anyway. So, good move on your part. It'll pan out to see how beneficial it was for you. But that motherfucker said he moved out of state, like ran for the hills, boy. You got the fuck on. In this climate, winter is here. So, On to other news. I think that's everybody. I think we got everybody. Yeah. The rest of y'all ninjas. I'm sure I got one ninja. I'm sure I got one ninja. Let's remove Facebook because nobody can ever see it on Facebook. Yeah, just remove. Just remove. There you go. I don't need to see that banner up there. All right. So, what do y'all want to hear about? You can drop it in the chat. Let me know. You got a question? Super chat that shit. Five or better. Otherwise, I'll give my spiel and you'll listen to that shit. So, for the last week, I think I can say that part. I've been gone to training towards Southern Cal. I was in Vandenberg for training for my new role. And in said training class for my new role, I figured out that I don't have to touch my tools anymore. I really got clear on that. I do not have to touch my tools anymore. Now, for a hands-on, tactile, Mr. Fix It, that is a pretty hard thing to try to take on. Kind of to wrap my head around. The only thing that's making it easier to understand is that I've already done that before. That's it. Experience is your teacher. So, the last time, or I should say, in the past when I was a supervisor, we had to do that. You had to stop doing some of the work and only instruct. Right? Now, as a journeyman carpenter, you're always instructing. Apprentices or other journeymen who don't know what you know, don't know how to do the job you know how to do. You're always instructing, but you're always hands on while you're doing it. Right? It's the essence of OJT. You learn better from having it told to you and doing at the same time because it makes it more permanent. It's going into your brain and storing that information in more than one way. Okay. So in this role, that is what I have to do now. I have to just instruct, not do, just instruct. Even though I know that, where the fuck is my phone? Oh, there it is. I got you, King. Even though I know how to do what needs to be done, and I'm raring to jump in and do the work, I don't have to, and I'm not required to. And that's the tough part because I don't like seeing people fucking up. I don't. It's not one of my happy places to just watch people screw shit up. But given the fact that I'm there to direct and guide in a sense, that shouldn't be the case. Now, what I saw last week is that the role that I'm in now, there are, I don't know, 4, 3, probably a dozen of us now throughout the company. It's probably about a dozen. And we're all tasked with an actual important job. It's still being fleshed out clearly by the company, but it is pretty important. And basically, it's deciding on work, how bad something is, what needs to happen in a given situation, not only to protect the residents, protect the company, so to speak. Do the right thing. Right. I don't have a problem doing the right thing. That is not an issue that I struggle with because that is the common sense part. And I'm not short of having common sense. So, a lot of what I learned this past week has been, I wouldn't say repetitious, but that is how it gets locked into your brain through repetition. A lot of it has been just realigning me into what this role will encompass and require. And one of the things it's going to require that I actually love is a lot of autonomy. I'm not a fan of having to listen to a bunch of people. Never have been. I play the role, I put on the coat, I walk in line and do all the rest of that shit. I am not a fan of having to follow anybody else's directions. Very limited. Very limited. You tell me what you want done, I'll go take care of it. What I don't appreciate, work well with, or like somebody who wants to tell me every step of the way. I don't need micromanagers. Despise them, actually. Autonomy is the way to go for me. So, this job has a lot of that. Picking your schedule, planning your schedule, executing what you need to execute in a given week, and get it done to those standards and making sure it's done the way you see it needs to be done. Beautiful. Oh, I'm looking forward to that part because one thing I know who's not going to be looking forward to that shit. I don't give a shit. Look, be mad. It is what it is. But it does come with a lot of responsibility. But if you want big gains, you can't have little responsibility. It's just what the fuck it is. Every role you take on in life, personally or professionally, comes with responsibilities. If you cannot take those on, do not fucking step up and say anything about doing it. Stop complaining. You want to be in a child's place. But adulthood comes with responsibilities. Promotions and stuff like that come with responsibilities. You have to meet them. That's just it. So, that part I am looking forward to. Because the main thing people will tell you is that responsibility is, oh, what if you fuck it up? Yeah, what if you fuck it up? Well, I've said this since my days in construction. If you fuck it up, they'll fire you the same way as if you weren't fucking it up. So you might as well get the knowledge and leave fucking up to somebody else. Because that ain't my part of the job. I ain't here to fuck anything up. I'm here to get shit done and to do it exemplary. So I don't worry about that part. Fucking up happens when you don't know the fuck it is that you're doing or you're giving shitty information or you're a coward. The last one is not me, and the other two I mitigated. So that should be a moot point for me, anyway. So I look forward to the challenge. I don't shrink from it. So the King's question, he had a question on the Cash App side. Appreciate you, King. He asked me early my thoughts on the One Piece new season. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. Like I was just telling you, I've been at training for the last week. And then before that, I was home for a week and then I was gone for 2 weeks to New Mexico. So, for work. So, no, I have not been taking in a lot of media. I barely had time to catch up on Cross. And right now, within the next 3-4 weeks, a bunch of shows are coming back all at the same time. One Piece is not on my list. I didn't even watch the first season of One Piece. I didn't even read that fucking manga. And I damn sure ain't dove into the 1,000+ episodes there are to catch up on the anime. No, I have not watched One Piece season 2. This is what it is. So if you were looking for a canned response or something akin to an alternate response to the one that's out there about the episode, because I heard it, I ain't watched the shit. I don't have it. That's one of the white boys. Sorry. It's just what you get. Like I said before, YouTube is not the only thing that I do in a day. And sitting around watching streaming services all day ain't it either. So I squeeze it in where I have the time. I will have more time now, but proceeding this, no, I haven't. So sorry, I don't have anything to say about One Piece at this point. I know Double Toasted talked about it, and I think some of the other geekdom content creators had some words to say about it. I don't have any. I didn't watch the first season. I damn sure haven't watched this one yet. You didn't expect any answer at all? Come on, man. The nature of a question is to get an answer. Right? That's the nature of a question. Ray Hama probably in here in the cut somewhere. You have to see if he watched it. But you know, Ray be surfing the high seas, so he might not have seen it yet either. He be out there on the high seas with his black banner up, so you might not have seen it yet. And I don't ask questions unless I want answers. And sometimes not having an answer is the answer. This nigga don't know. He ain't current. That shit ain't either. It's copying a manga. A Shonen Jump manga at that. It's all rehash at this point. Anyway. So what else did I see? What else I learned from training? I definitely do need an office. And I definitely need a private office. Not a shared office with a training room where everybody can just walk in that bitch whenever they fucking feel like it and disrupt me while I'm working. No, I need a private office. Because there's some stuff I have to work with and schedule, and it needs to be done precisely. And I don't need somebody over my fucking shoulder while I'm working. And I damn sure don't need somebody busting in my fucking room, my office while I'm working. I need what, um, them light folks don't like, which is I need you to show me some goddamn respect and knock before you come in. Because the stuff I'm working on needs to be done and needs to be accurate. And I cannot have somebody just breeze it in whenever the fuck they feel like it. That would be really distracting. And yes, my door will be closed. You see, I'm sitting here in my place on a stream with you guys. The door behind me is closed. Even in a lone building, I close the door when I'm working. No distractions. I took 80 hours for vacation time off in a row. So I've been catching up on everything from One Piece to Baki. Yeah. That's how it happened for me. I've just recently taken some vacation time, but that's for tournaments in Vegas, not for myself. I have not taken any vacation time yet for myself, but I have an idea of where to go for at least a week. At least a week. Should be 2 weeks, but I'm thinking a week. So, I will need an office. I have to accept that. I didn't want one initially, but seeing the workload that we have and what we have to do, I need an office. And I need a door that can close. So people are not, I need to make sure there is not a lot of traffic in and out of there. That's not going to work. Just the same way everybody else in the office does not have a lot of traffic in and out of their fucking office all day. I'm not the open door office. Because what I'm doing does not require me to have an open door policy. It doesn't. Other thing is, I do have a use for this old 2-monitor mount that I have sitting on the floor right here that I used to have up here. You know, I can take it to work and put it on my new desk. What was the other thing? Oh, the other thing is I told my mother, and I thought it was funny to me. I thought it was a little funny. Yeah, Herb, same thing. It's always been that way when I draw. Here's the thing, though. When I was younger, I could draw in front of anybody because I'm locked on the paper, right? I'm just doing my thing on the paper. As I got older, I don't want anybody around. And I think it comes from pool playing. I understand, I sense people's energy, right? It wasn't pool playing, it was working construction out in San Francisco. I understand, I sense people's energy. Chaotic fucking energy staring at you throws off your flow. I can feel it. I can fucking feel it. I'm not bullshitting with you guys. I can feel it. That chaotic energy staring at you fucks up your whole deal. Putting the shields up, blocking that shit out is something that you learn, especially working in San Francisco out on the street where everybody's walking by, gawking and shit like that. There's always somebody staring. But their staring is not, when it's not in admiration or wonder, where it's in cynicism. Oh, what the fuck you think you're doing shit like that? You feel that. That shit feels red. It does feel red. Right? You can feel that. It's just, it'll throw you off. Right? And if you want to test this to see if you feel it too, right? If you're around any little kids, do something that you think would be interest in the little kids, like blowing a bubble, sketching something on the sidewalk, some shit that little kids find wonder in, right? And feel that energy that the kids are giving you when they're watching you do it. It's something they can't do. They're amazed that you can do it, like magic or something, right? Then feel the energy coming off adults. It's two different ones. One is that energy of admiration. The other energy is usually resentment or some shit like that. Because if you can do it, they're mad that you can. Fuck does he think he is? You'll feel that shit. I'm telling you, you will feel the difference in that shit. This is evolutionary instincts kicking in to understand where threats come from, where people are cool. That it's that same kind of shit. But when you tune into it, you feel that coming off of fucking people, and it will throw your game off. What you're doing. If you tap into that shit a bit too much, it'll make your shit chaotic. Yeah, Malika, the chaotic energy will always destroy positive focus and creative energy. Last week, last Saturday, or Saturday before last, when I was at my tournament, why'd I lose that final match? Chaotic fucking energy. Inexplicably, I start missing shit that I was making not a half hour ago. Why? Bitter, unfocused, chaotic energy focused on me. Now I'm missing shit. Wasn't like that before. Not in the 3 games before was it like that. At this moment, though, it was there. It was present. It wasn't fucking nerves. I wasn't nervous. I knew I had that shit. Was I overconfident? No. It wasn't an overconfidence either. It was confidence, not overconfidence. And then shit just started weirdly happening. That's how you know how much people are focusing negative energy on your ass, really wanting you to fail because they didn't succeed. You can feel it. I felt it. So working, doing the stuff that I have to do now, these reports, these computers reporting to the higher ups and stuff like that. I don't need any that kind of fucking energy in my space while I'm working. I don't. I don't even have to be in the office most of the goddamn time, but I might be. But for the time I'm in there, I don't need nobody walking in my goddamn office with that negative energy, that bad fucking chi. Get the fuck away from me. I need to focus and I need to be on my game. I do not need you in here. Oh, what else he doing? Oh, he just gets to sit there. What I learned this last week was, motherfucker, if I'm sitting in my office for an hour and 45 minutes at my computer, to what seems like to you, I'm doing nothing. I'm doing my fucking job. Ain't nobody got nothing to say about it. Nobody. Because you don't know the job and you wouldn't fucking do it anyway. So be the fuck out, get the hell out the office and go do what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. And I'll be there to check it. What up, UFO? So that's the other thing. I don't want people walking in on me unannounced. I don't like that shit. And even when I'm sitting in that same room they want to give me as an office, even when I'm sitting there eating my lunch with the door closed, people is always peeking in there. What you eating? The fuck? Did you make it? What am I doing? I'm having lunch. Leave me the fuck alone. I'd want a lock on that bitch, but I know I'm at work, so I can't have a lock. But I do want the understanding that when that door is closed, don't you fucking come in here without knocking. I'm busy. Or I don't want to be bothered. Mostly, I don't want to be bothered. That's why they're not trying to give me that empty office that already has a desk and monitors and shit already set up. Because that's what it will be. You will have to make a trip down the hall to come to that bitch. And I'm lamping in there already doing what I do. You have to make an effort to come see what I'm doing, which you don't need to do. It's not your purview. Monday is going to be an interesting day for me. Interested in watching people's reactions to how shit is supposed to run versus how they think it's supposed to run. Some people are going to be shocked. Some people are going to be fucking shocked and probably a little put off. Oh, well. Quit. If you can't step up, step the fuck down. And since you're not doing that, might want to get used to shit. Okay. So I have what I learned last week was I have more on my plate than I thought. More involved than I thought. I do need an office. And a lot of this shit is just on me. I also found out I don't necessarily report to my FD. He is not there for oversight. He is not the oversight. His boss is my oversight, which means I'll be having more conversations with him than I will be having with my FD. He doesn't get that yet, I'm sure, which I'm sure is going to end up becoming an issue. Because when there is a discrepancy on my end, it doesn't come from him. It comes from his boss directly to me. And we talk and work it out. Not him. He is not the middleman, which I prefer. I don't like middlemen. I don't like micromanagers or middlemen. Both of them clog up the process. Cholesterol. Human based. So, next week should be interesting in more than one way. On the movie front, or television front, I did watch Starfleet Academy this morning to see how that finished out. And I don't remember if Jonathan Frakes was actually the director of this last episode or not. I would think he was because it's the second part to the episode he did direct. So I would assume, probably making my own mistake there, I would assume that it is him directing this episode, which had some beats in the episode that I liked, but it did have some callbacks of other stuff. for the most part, where's the other view? God damn it. I'm sorry, y'all. Something is off. And I'm trying to put it back. And it's not showing up. Nope, that's not it. All right, whatever. Fuck. Figure it out another day, I guess. There were some callbacks from other episodes, but I can tell you, a healthy heaping and slathering of TDS on this episode did not make it better. It's actually kind of pointless. Better give my money back for that other night. Sorry, I just got a text message from the hotel I was staying at yesterday. And when I left early, the dude seemed like he was kind of mad. I said, "Yep, I'm checking out." He's like, "Scheduled till tomorrow." Yes, I am. He seemed like he was. And he do sound. It seemed like he was pissed off that I left early. It didn't have nothing to do with him, but I didn't give him that. Fuck him. I'm leaving. I'm checking out. So what? Paid for 2 nights. I stayed for 1. Give my fucking money back, and we out. Middlemen and micromanagers are clogged arteries of progress, hindering the system functions. It is, Malika. That's exactly how I see it. They are artery blockers. Fatty acids and a attempt at relevance. As a supervisor, I never stepped in the middle of people. I always facilitated. I never stepped in the middle. And I always asked them what they need. Because how I was trained, you always give the people doing work what they need to succeed. You don't step in and try to, tell them how to do their fucking job, because you don't do it. You ask them what they need, and then you facilitate getting them what they need to get the job done. Now, after that, if they still can't get the damn job done, then they're just the wrong person for the job. They're incompetent. Because even with the stuff you need to do, you said you need to do it, you can't do it, you are incompetent. Then you get somebody else. But it's not your job to be trying to be in the middle and work every detail. No. You can fix it, fix it. Let me know how you fix it, and we'll move on from there. If you can't fix it, let me know you can't fix it, so I can find somebody else who can. Very simple. But too many people get their egos in the way. That's the problem. Anyway, I lost my train of thought with that one. I was going somewhere. Oh, Star Trek. For the final episode of the first season of a show, we got what we all knew was going to happen eventually, which was Nala Ake and Anisha Mir having to have a mother off against each other. They were going to have to have a little disagreement with each other over Anisha's son, Caleb. In some kind of way, they were going to have to figure out how to blame the man, which is what I heard. Now, given the situation of the show, Moose Braca is supposed to be the big bad in it, but while I like Paul Giamatti as an actor, this modern word dialogue in this situation is fucking stupid. It is not. It's not jiving with what they're trying to get across in this. Now, we knew from watching the first 2 episodes, eventually, when Caleb found his mother was going to have a conversation with Nalaake about her damn son, about her sending her away to prison. The conversation was had, partly in the last episode, predominantly in this episode. That Anissa Mir hates this woman. She took her son away from her. She's evil. She's part of the Federation. All the rest of this shit, right? But in typical modern fashion, they're able to get past all of that, hug it out, just as long as there is a man adjacent to blame for all of it. So they can be girlfriends again. Or excuse me, since they're not girlfriends. She could rejoin the collective. And it could just be good. Now, it didn't go as hard as I thought it would about who was the better mother. But that's me using my masculine brain. The feminine brain is that is there, but it's done in a different way, which is it's based on feelings. And that Caleb feels more at home with the woman who sent his mother to prison and the friends he made in her company than he had felt in years since his mother was separated and he ran away, escaped. No shit. Now, in a sense, you can call this Stockholm Syndrome, where your mother's jailer took you into her fold. And because she has some other kids there that were your age, that you can kind of get attached to, kind of have some relationships, get you some coochie, that now you feel indebted and homely and you don't want to leave. Oh, she's so wonderful because she brought me here to all these things, and now I have a home here. You were kidnapped, Adam. You realize that, right? And now you're in love and protecting the kidnapper. which is one way of looking at it. Now, because they both girls and they both want what's best, you know, Caleb being happy, the mother doesn't keep pushing to get him out of there. So long as she gets to speak her piece to Nala Ake, everything is forgiven. She gets to say how much she hates this woman, how much she wants to dance on her grave. And the woman tells her, no, it's already happening. You're already doing it. And I lost my son too. Stupid. What's supposed to be a powerful moment is rendered to, I feel the same as you do. Yes, I feel bad, but I feel the same as you do. And then for News Rocka's bitterness against the Federation, for his story, it comes down to, oh, your father fucked up. Yeah, your father killed all of y'all. What he did was wrong. It wasn't that the Federation ships passing overhead wouldn't bring y'all resources and stuff. No, it's the fact that your father tried to shoot down one of those ships and he set the atmosphere on fire and killed all of y'all. Your father was a dumbass. And you, sir, are responsible for her son getting taken away from her because you killed the guy that was there. So my hand was forced when she appeared in front of me as a judge because I knew the guy. And he had kids too. So the whole show pivoted on the fact that men got to be the evil ones. They have to be the fuck ups and the problem somewhere in there. It's not our fault. We didn't do anything, really. It was all them. They put us up to it. What kind of irresponsible child shit is that? I'm sorry, I live in the real world. If you're in a car with another person and the other person in the car kills somebody on the side of the road, you go down for that murder too. It don't matter if you weren't the shooter. You're just as responsible. Now, you can take the rat method and work with the police to put it on the other person that actually did the shooting to make sure they get put away and get yourself all scot-free. But that's not a frowned upon. Kind of. And you will incur some penalties for that shit. What else in this show, in a nutshell, sounds like a bunch of feminists woke bad writing just like the acolyte. You'd be right. There was a lot of feminism in it. Because aside from Deuce, Admiral Vance, there ain't no men in charge of shit. Even the cadet got to finally sit in the captain's chair. You know, the one whose daddy is an admiral that you ain't seen. Even she finally got to sit in the captain's chair and get called captain. And they ended that scene with a witty, the most witty of writing you've ever seen in Star Trek, which is to say, she sits in the chair, she gets put in charge, and gets to say, I have to go pee. That's an internal monologue thought. That is not something you write into dialogue for a character to say to everybody else on the bridge, even though it's just her friends. I'm telling you, watching this show and going back and watching other Star Trek shows shows you how bad this shit is. Writing wise, it is not serious at all. It's not even tongue in cheek. No. Lower Decks and the Orville was tongue in cheek. Kind of funny. This shit is just bad. So, yes, every female in this is pivotal to the success of the whole mission. The two dudes in the ship, one gets to fly a ship a little bit. He gets to be the helmsman, who fucks it up at first. The other one is our new gay Klingon, who gets to be the medical officer, which I would find interesting, which means you get to take him out of scene where he doesn't have to do anything technical for a while. And then the other one, the lead, Mir, he gets to make a program that will change this stuff. That's it. And give a speech about to his two mommies. Yes, Herb, I'm serious because I'm not joking. And I'm serious even when I'm joking. I'm serious. That's exactly what was said. I have to pee. And I was like, now this stands in sharp relief for me because I had just watched a military-esque movie in the current day where Ranger candidates are fighting against some alien foe in robot form. And one of the candidates that are in the group has to step up and be leader. And the dialogue for him stepping up to be leader was more impactful than that shit that just happened on Starfleet Academy. With Genesis finally getting to sit in the command seat and be called captain. We didn't get a promotion because the person that was in charge and left you in charge was only a commander. They weren't the captain either. But it's important to have that image, right? Whatever, fuck. So, by the end of the episode, after this mock trial of the Federation by Noose Braca, with Nala Ake as being the stand-in for the Federation itself, and it's revealed that Noose Braca's father was a fucking idiot who killed his people himself. It's not the Federation's fault. No, it doesn't take away the fact that y'all never stopped and gave them any supplies. Just that him trying to shoot you down to get your fucking attention killed everybody in his colony. The ham-fisted references to Donald Trump is over the top. I'm fucking sick of that. I'm sick of seeing that shit as much. I don't know. Kathleen Kennedy's face. I think that's about as much as I'm sick of seeing that shit. That shit is so ridiculous to me. Look, you don't have to like the president. I watched Cat Williams' last report last night. He said something really, really true about our whole political process, right? Our whole political process. Whether your guy got in or somebody else got in, we all gonna pay for it together. We all have to live with it. So shut the fuck up and live with it. Because if the other person had won, we would all be dealing with it the same way. So shut the hell up. I'm sick of seeing it. I was reminded of this fact of how Hollywood actually treats the role of the president when it's somebody that they don't like in office, usually a Republican. Because my theory and my observation was that you can tell who was in power by looking at the movies of that time. And this time, I got this Starfleet Academy bullshit where Noose Braca is the stand-in for Donald Trump. And not a day ago, when I was in Morrobay, I turned on the TV, which I hadn't turned on in fucking a week. And Air Force One was on. And Harrison Ford was not ziplining, but he was tied to a rope out the back of Air Force One. And I think it was like his chief of staff or something like that, who was a double agent, went down with Air Force One into the ocean. And the president's just out there flapping in the wind and getting pulled on board the ship. And everybody's happy that the president kicked ass against the terrorist. And he's brought on board a C-130, and now that's Air Force One. And I'm like, Democrat was in charge. When Republicans in charge, you rarely see the president. It's always somebody else. Secretary of State, Chief of Staff, somebody else. Anything but the president. And I'm reminded, by saying that, I'm reminded of that stupid ass Civil War movie that came out a couple years ago. How on screen you saw an American president get killed by soldiers and a journalist. And I'm like, that's the movie? Bro, what the fuck? I'm from America. What America? That shit. I'm sick of seeing that shit, dude. There's a line in this Starfleet shit about how Noose Braca was a child. He's looking at stuff from a child's like point of view and still mad after all these years from an angry child because of his father's mistake. And I'm sitting there listening to that and how they're putting it on Noose as his problem with Starfleet. And I'm like, that's y'all problem right now. You're projecting. That's your problem right now. With Trump, Republicans, all of that shit. That's your issue. Mad little children crying out in the middle of nothing. Because you didn't get what you wanted. Grown-ups get over it and keep it moving. Children need to keep making a spectacle in everything and have to make everything about it. Whining, attention-seeking little babies. Acting out on the floor. flailing around in the mall trying to get anybody's attention because daddy wouldn't buy you the toy you wanted. You can't have your way. That's what you're doing. That's exactly what this episode was. The flailing of children. The angry flailing of children. So for me, I thought it was kind of interesting that they put that line in there. I'm like, you just pointed out yourself. Because there is not anything I've seen, excuse me, in the, how long has it been now? Since 18? 10, 20, 30, 30 plus years I've been voting that I have not seen you people acting like fucking children, flailing about when you don't get your way. Some people suck it up and go on with their shit. Figure out how to win the next time. Some people make a spectacle and need everything to stop until somebody gives them their fucking binky or gives them what they want. So here, take it. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, Beastly, get the bottles and the pacifiers ready. That's all this fucking show is. That's all this episode was. It's your father's fault, and he's a child. We're all the adults. Really. I can tell you this through watching every episode of this show, which was bad, I still reserved a place in it. As bad as this show was, there's something in it that makes it strangely entertaining for how big of a train wreck it actually is, which the Acolyte does not have. The Acolyte was not entertaining, even just to laugh at. It wasn't. So, which makes the Acolyte still the worst show next to this one. This one is sitting right on top of the Acolyte, but this one is the worst. I mean, Acolyte is the worst. Absolutely, because there was nothing redeeming. Visually, this show was better than the Acolyte. So, there is that to be said, just to be fair. But the same crying, the same shit I've heard in 7 other fucking shows, the same shit that I know damn well I'm going to have to watch in this final season of The Boys, where they just gonna be smearing the TDS all over the place. Oh my fucking god, dude! If this is what I got to see, I can't wait for the season to be over. I can't wait for it to be over. And I like The Boys, but the path they was walking down with this shit last season, I'm like, can we get it over already? Can we just get it over with already? I'm sick of this. I don't like this smeared all over everything. It's not improving it any. And you're not even making it interesting because you don't have a real point outside of, I don't like him. Grow the fuck up. I'm sure he's done a lot of things that you can actually dislike. And none of it fucking matters. because it's not what you run on. Well, I almost don't want to watch it. I can tell you what I'm showing up for. Anthony Starr, Carl Urban, Jack Quaid. I want to see how the story kind of finishes up. How bad it actually gets. Will they do themselves a solid like they did Gen X, Gen V, and fix that shit before the end? Or will all of that be front loaded into the shit and just make it a fucking slog uphill in mud? Like, oh God, trudge through this shit to get it over with. Don't even talk to me about them sticking a landing. I'm not even worried about that. I'm not even worried about how it's going to end. I am not concerned. I know it's going to end. And I'm pretty sure the end might not be satisfying. Just given the state of things and how people seem to, I don't know, want to finish shit off. House of the Dragon is coming back. Do you think I'm worried about how that shit is going to end right now? No. I want to see where they pick up from. I want to see where they pick up from. And what's going to go with this bullshit ass relationship they're trying to develop. From my understanding, that is not in the material. Let me see how you ruin this. Told y'all, I had to purify myself in the waters of Lake Men of good media. And some of this shit is not it now. They have. If I can't have it, no one can. Like some bitter ex-wife about to delete your kids just because she think it's gonna hurt you. You don't like what I'm doing with them? Then we just won't have them. Childish, don't you say? Don't you think? What up, Faulkness? Darkness. Everybody got their pictures, man. Do y'all go to the same one? Look at that. It's Malika. That's Charles. Malika. Charles. I got to bring up the Angry Man's too? Yeah, I got to go to a different one. Stop using the same theme. Oh, the lesbian dragon queen for season 3 with the whore. And I didn't call her that. That was the role they gave her in the show. You know, the one her husband used to sleep with. I guess they're just going to have a threesome now. Triad relationship? I don't fucking know. All this dumb bullshit that's supposed to be counterculture outside of your children's eyes is getting put in front of on their screen, in front of their face all the time. Like these motherfuckers is running a recruitment campaign. You are powerless to stop it. You can't say no. You can't say yes. All you can do is just sit there and shake your head like, it's okay. It's okay. What up, Herb? Herb, I got a geek question. I appreciate that. Thank you for super chatting. Let's give Herb his props first before I answer and read the question. I need some more coffee. Thank you, Herb. I will give you. You know what you get. The power of many. Appreciate you, Herb.
Power of one. The power of two. The power of many. The power of one. The power of two. The power of many.
All right. So Herbert's question was, if you got a chance to take Any anime, comic, or manga and put it in live action, what would it be? Me, I'd like to see Full Metal Alchemist. In what era? We're gonna have to classify a timeline because right now I don't want them to do anything. I want them to stop doing shit for the most part because they just keep fucking it up. I'm trying to put all this extra bullshit into it that doesn't belong there. You watching it happen. You just watched it happen for fucking 10 weeks with Star Trek. What does all that shit have to do with Star Trek? Nothing. It's not making the show good. And just that show is not making good. And it's not elevating the franchise any. You are doing brand damage with that shit. So, no, I wouldn't want them to do anything, really. But in a perfect world, I want Macross. I want Robotech. I want a live action Rick Hunter. I want a live action Lin Min May. I want a live action Max and Miria. I want live action fucking Zentradi. I want people searching for fucking proto culture. I want transforming jets into battleoids. I want to see this shit. That could run for probably 10 goddamn seasons. 10 fucking seasons. I'd want to see that in a perfect world. You got empowered, strong female characters. You got men who actually stand up and be men. People who sacrifice themselves for the greater good. And humanity that bands together to take on the external threat to their planet. And they lose in some ways. And learn from that loss. So that's my answer. Robotech. To me, one of the best animes ever made. Because believe it or not, as long as it is, it has a cutoff. It has a cutoff point. Mm-hmm. And there's One Piece of season two with two of the main female characters. Share content with some product companies. Well, they did that shit with, mind you, that's Netflix. I told you one of the things I didn't like about Cowboy Bebop is they tried to make Faye Valentine gay or lesbian. I'm like, they ain't been no goddamn lesbian. What are y'all doing? That's a Netflix ad in. Okay. That's what Netflix brings to the conversation. What if one of them are gay? Are you fucking serious? Y'all making more gay folks in media than exist in the whole population. You realize that, right? This is a fantasy run the fuck amok. But I guess if you can't be a man and women is powerful, what else is you left with? A live action Appleseed Akira. No. Not for me. I mean, Appleseed gets into the woman power fantasy too, but there's something about the Appleseed world that doesn't grab me like that. Akira is too visually stunning. I don't even know who I would trust in this day and age to make a live action Akira. And since that is the case, I don't want it to be touched. The closest you got to a live action Akira was The Chronicle with Michael B. Jordan, because that's all it was. It was Akira. Kid gets powers, kid goes bad, destroys shit. His friends have to stop him. That's it. That was your live action Akira. Now, it didn't have the motorcycles and all the Neo Tokyo stuff, but we've seen Neo Tokyo now for I don't know how many decades. All of us who watch anime, dude, I've seen Neo Tokyo enough fucking times. They're not bringing anything new to show in Neo Tokyo on the screen, even in live action. It won't be. Shit. Ghost in the Shell was close, and it wasn't even well received. No. 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 Y'all got me in my Sith mode because my head is cold. Now watching live action brightness, this Negro. Killing me. This is Doth. I shouldn't say it on here because then somebody will try to steal that shit. But you know what my screen name is. I'm playing my games. Doth. I always choose the Doth. All right. So, what was a better show in 2 hours than Starfleet Academy was in one? War Machine on Netflix. And don't worry, I just said something about Netflix, what they put into their series. This didn't have any of that shit in there. Didn't. And Charles, I don't know if you've watched this yet, but you might find it interesting because Alan Richardson is playing a Army engineer. And while he was in Kandahar with his brother, the little convoy gets attacked. And his brother dies. Well, his brother wanted to go to Ranger school. He wanted them both to go to Ranger school. They joined up together. They were going to try to stay together. So 2 years later, he goes to Ranger school. Now, while out on their training op for Ranger school, they're finishing Death March. They run across a crashed ship. They think it's the one they're supposed to be looking for on the op. It is not. So when they plant some explosives to destroy the ship, which stupidly they should have knew this ain't ours, they awaken this goddamn thing. And this ship transforms, not like a transformer, but reconfigures itself, comes to life, and starts blowing these motherfuckers away. Now, what you find out is this is an alien. Now, here's the interesting part. Since we're in the three-eye atlas is in our rear view mirror, but still showing some weird shit going on with it, outside of it being full of alcohol or methanol. These things, because it's more than one, I'm spoiling the movie, broke off an asteroid that was going near Earth. And they broke off from the larger body and crashed on planet Earth. And what they thought were little asteroids were not. They were these things. Now, the funny part to these things is that when they go active, they start walking around, not like Ed 209, but like a Beskar ship with legs. It looks like fucking Mech Warrior. It does. It looks like Mech Warrior. I'm watching the shit like, oh, this is just live action Mech Warrior, right? Like, because that's what they're in. They're just these things are just walking around, blowing the shit out of these Rangers and stuff. I'm not saying that like it's funny. It's a movie, but the fact that it's Army involved in it and Charles, the Darkness, is Army, he would find it interesting. I think. You already like Alan Richardson from playing Jack Reacher, right? Well, Jack Reacher right now, or Alan Richardson right now, is playing an Army guy, a Ranger candidate. Not a Ranger candidate. With, mind you, this no weapons to defeat this thing. No weapons. Because, mind you, they were on a training op. So they're, what is it, Charles? It's not M. They're not M. They're not called M1s. They're ARs. Got the damn sensor thing on them for light. No ammo. No real ammo. So they out in the middle of, the woods trying to fight this thing that's chasing their ass down, bruh. It gets hairy. It gets really hairy. But he figures out a way to stop one. Now, initially, I thought it was going to give me that Skyline feel with Frank Grillo, right? No. They don't look like Gundams because they're not in like robot form. The closest thing to how they are articulating and moving around is like the Ed 209. But it's flat as shit on the top. It's just a flat, it doesn't look like a robot. Doesn't. If anything, it just looks like a walking gun platform. That's opening up and setting off missiles like you're watching Robotech. Like, oh shit, y'all better run. M4, thank you. I thought that was it, but I didn't want to sound stupid and say the wrong shit. And I already said M1 like a dumbass because it's the M1 is the M1 Garand. Fucking idiot. So thank you, Charles, for the military assist. But you should check it out. It was a decent movie because there's one scene in it. Oh my god! If you thought, because one of the movies I love is military movies. I grew up on those. I'm not sorry. Fuck y'all. If you're in America, you don't like the military. That's your fucking choice. But some of your relatives have probably served. Some of them might have actually died. Show some fucking respect. Simple. There's a scene in this movie that reminds me of Lone Survivor with Mark Wahlberg, which was what's his name? Not Tuttle. The Navy SEAL guy. This actually happened, right? Mark Tuttle. Fuck. I hate to forget people's names like that because that shit is important to remember that accurately. Anyway, there's a scene in this movie, War Machine, that echoes the scene from Lone Survivor when they had to go over the cliff. Ugh, that was, to me, that was one of the realest, most painful fucking cliff falls I'd ever seen in a movie. Like, oh my god, that was real. That had to be. Well, they do it in this show, but it ain't one dude. Like, oh my god, A lot of things don't make me squeamish. That shit was making me like, oh, his back, his neck. Jesus. Like, fight over, man. I got a concussion. My leg is turned the opposite way. My foot is on backwards. No, there's no getting away. So, check it out. The setup in and of itself is interesting. Like Charles is saying, interesting concept. It is an interesting concept because the concept in and of itself is ripped right out of our current newspapers. Right? When all that shit with Three Eye Atlas was going on, and people were worried about the post-Hillian or whatever it was, burn, the Oberth maneuver, the reverse Oberth, how that shit was coming in and looking for fragments popping off of that shit. That's what everybody's afraid of. Fucking aliens and them dropping off some shit on our planet while they fly on by. This movie uses that concept. It plays it out. But it's wrapped around a story of brotherhood. It is. So, it was good. The military wasn't a bunch of assholes. Murderers. A bunch of murderers. Which stood in stark contrast to the other piece of the movie I saw yesterday, which was Outbreak with Dustin Hoffman and shit. The cast of actors in that one: Donald Sutherland, Morgan Freeman, Rene Russo, Cuba Gooding Jr., Dustin Hoffman. I almost said Kaiser Sose. Kevin Spacey. Bunch of people in it, right? Patrick Dempsey. Fucking hell, liberal who's who. And in that one, the general was evil and going to kill a bunch of civilians just to cover up so he can have his biological weapon. Different regime, different way they see the military. Imagine that. So check it out. Charles, or anybody interested. It's new on Netflix this week, so that'll be something worth seeing. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and drop this. I'm about an hour and 45 in. I don't think there's anything else I want to say. Malika can come up here and tell me about some of the cross, because what did I do? I think I did 3 episodes of Cross. While his ex-girl is fine, while she is fine, chocolate ass, fuck her with that indecisive shit. Fuck her with that indecisive having a cake and eating it too ass. I ain't a fan of that. So, I'll give y'all some time to get up here. I need to go refill my cup real quick, because my cup does not runneth over. So give me 2 minutes. And I will be right back. And I am back. And I'm joined by the beastliest of nerds. Beastly nerd. What's good with you, Beast?
Nothing much. Can you hear me?
Well, I can hear you. Nothing's good with you. That's fucking terrible. That's bad. That is terrible, bro. Nothing's good with you. Got to work on that.
Oh, I'm trying to.
My head is cold. I'm bald now, y'all, so my head is chilly. I'm trying to resist pneumonia. I'm not doing it for effect. I'm just like, can't be sitting up here cold. If y'all watching any of them Patreon streams, you'll see I have my hood on most of the time. I do not like my cabeza cold. Oh, not like my cabeza frio. Oh my.
Got it.
Malika, you agree. What do you agree, Malika? What do you agree on? You know I'm doing a show right now, right? Beast. Page and Beastly.
Yeah, I'm here. I got it. You hear me?
You got what?
I got the headphones fixed. So that's all it was.
Oh, I was like, just leave us all in fucking suspense. Like, what the fuck does he got? Cooties? Like, clap? What the fuck?
The fucking lizard that got into my house the other day. I had to chase the motherfucker around the room.
I was at training this week. A little place that they had me staying. You had this walkway and you come to an opening in the door, right? And on this wall was a fucking lizard for like 2 days straight. It was a lizard hanging up on this wall. That motherfucker didn't move. Night and day, that lizard was right there. Like, what the fuck are you? I'm talking to the lizard when I'm walking by to go into my door. Like, what are you doing up there? You just gonna be there for 2 days? How are you gonna eat? Like, I'm talking to the damn lizard. After I said that shit, I told somebody at the job, like, yeah, we got this lizard hanging out over there for 2 days. I said, I asked him how he's gonna eat. When I came back that day, that motherfucker hadn't moved. I'm like, where? Oh, he gone now. He heard me. Motherfucker moved to the other side of the wall, and then he up there. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? The fuck? Just hanging out on the wall. Brown lizard, white wall. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? He looked like, if you ever seen, I think it's Up in Smoke or Still Smoking.
Yeah.
With Cheech and Chong. And the police guy, I think he's like the vice officer, smoked that weed and he started turning into a fucking lizard. And he's on the wall like that. That's how that lizard was on the wall. That's what making me laugh about it so hard. What are you doing?
Like, you know, man, ain't no bugs in here. What you gonna do?
Yeah. Oh, you agree with me about Cross's ex? I knew you would. She is fine. She's a fine sister. No doubt about that. She stacked up and looked nice, even with the short cut. But that bullshit, bitch, you can't fuck today and be like, no, we're not getting together.
Oh,
nuts.
that relationship is.
Yeah, that relationship. Kiss that nigga in the mouth too.
Yeah, that relationship's so up and down. I'm like, nigga, come on, just move the fuck on already at this point.
Yeah, because he playing her bullshit. You can't do that. Look, I've learned this the hard way. There's two things you have to be always. There's two things you have to be okay with. One, a chick is always gonna leave. Always. You're not renting space. You're just having your turn. Right? The other thing, the main thing, is that you always have to be okay without her. That's why she can't be the center of your fucking world. I got into a whole argument with an ex-girlfriend about this very point. You cannot be the center of my world. Because if you're the center of my world and you leave, then what happens to me? You ain't no good to nobody. You're no good for yourself. No. You are the center of your fucking world. She can orbit. Or she can spin the fuck out of your orbit, and that just be it. Treat her ass like Haley's Comet. You see her every couple years.
Oh,
You
that's that.
the center of your orbit.
Yeah, that was the argument that I used for whenever they always use that behind every great man fucking quote. I'd be like, that's bullshit because what happens if she leaves? Am I not still great? The fuck is that supposed to mean? I have to tell that shit to people.
Well, here's the thing. You understand about most of these quotes that people use nowadays, they never know the full quote.
Yeah.
If you want to have some fucking research, have some fun doing research, you look up the origin of that quote and understand what the full quote is. Then you'll get it a little differently, right? Behind every good man is a good woman. Yeah, waiting to take credit. When I was in morrobay, there was a dedication statue that I saw. And I took a picture of it because I wanted to send it to Dr. Tia-san because I thought it was kind of interesting. And the dedication statue was a concrete platform with plaques around the bottom, you know, the dedication plaques and stuff like that around the bottom, and three statues: a bronze little boy, a bronze little girl, and a bronze white woman. And the dedication was to the people going out to fish, some of which that never came back. And I'm sitting there looking at that. It's like, oh, the modern family. When was this thing commissioned and built? 2016. So I'm looking at it like, okay, so it's not that damn old. So this is their sensibility now, this family without a man. If it's a dedication to the fishermen, why not use a man on a fishing boat instead of just the people standing on the shore waving them away? How does that work for the traditional families or the non-traditional families nowadays? It's not two women standing up there, is it? I thought it was odd. It just looked odd to me. So I took a picture of it because I wanted to share it with some people smarter than me. Like, what do you fucking think of this? Because it just struck me as odd. It hit me like some of them revolutionary pictures of just the black woman standing up there. She's always been the strong one. Like, get the fuck out of here. Then who was the ones that dying in front of her?
Mm-hmm.
Who? You just the ones left there to take the credit. And when I was reading them dedication plaques, because I do that shit, it was women's groups who put the shit up there. I said, oh, because you're the ones who were left.
Of course.
You're talking about history. It's her story because she made it up. You're the only one still around. Nowadays, they just figure like they just alter it a bit. He was never there. It was always just me. I made him go out there and do that. So he had no backbone of his own, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I just saw this trailer on for this upcoming series, 3-part series. It's called Women of the Bible. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
I thought y'all had a problem with the Bible because it always depicted women as evil and the people who were the responsible for the most ungood. Your downfall, the kick out of Eden and shit like that. That's why they hated the Bible. That's why so many of them wanted to be atheists. And then they wanted to get into the religion after they said the priests and shit like that was touching and diddling the boys. But now the lesbian women want to be in that shit.
Oh, what's the most atrocious thing? The chick who's a comedian / porn star / pastor.
I thought that was all of them.
I said, how are you? And I said, how are you a pastor and a porn star? I said, and then this is where
start your own religion. You start your own.
And I was like, saying, like, see, this is why. And then y'all wonder why there's shit about women not being pastors and preaching from the pulpit in the scripture. You wonder why they put that in there. I said, you're starting to see. I said, maybe because they didn't want you motherfuckers to doing secular shit and adding that to the church, knowing good goddamn well that ain't the path of the righteous person.
Why do you think there's so many women in psychology now? Why? Because psychology at base is training people in some ways how to live, how to think, or at least functionally think. It used to be. And the problem that they had with psychology was there wasn't any women in it. Now that they've damn near taken that shit over, has it been improved?
Nope.
Or is it just finding ways to demonize you, the male?
Man, making these kids a hell of a lot worse. I'm reading all these posts from these teachers like, man, the problem with education nowadays is the parents ain't doing what the fuck they supposed to do at home. And so we happen to be these emotional regulators. I said, yeah, because you let a bunch of chicks into psychology and you make every little problem some type of disability. Oh, and mental health day and all this other bullshit. I'm like, look, some of this shit ain't mental health. Some of this shit is just you need a belt to ass and a timeout or your shit taken away for a couple of hours a day.
They put a lot of stuff in there to keep you from actually fixing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
They put a lot of stuff in there to excuse a lot of things and then make some things not a medical issue, not a mental issue. There's more chicks now who know what a DSRM is than ever been. And all they do is read through that shit to figure out what to use against their damn boss so they can get out of doing their goddamn job and still pull a full salary.
He's narcissistic and bipolar. I said, you do know those are medical diagnoses, right? You can't just be calling people that shit.
Mm-mm. If I was trained, I'm not supposed to call people crazy.
Yeah.
You're not. You're not. You just aren't. Some of the shit you see people with PhDs doing, some of these women psychologists doing, because one of them was on OnlyFans or something like that, or that black one that was on, what was it, Instagram or whatever, dispensing that bullshit ass information to disparage men. It's not your fucking job, lady. That is not the job. I don't know what teacher told you that was.
A teacher with pronouns in their bio.
Possibly. Anyway. Excuse me. Malika said the situation with Alex Cross was no good deed goes unpunished. He was doing his job. The funny thing is she can still be attracted to his daughter, not his son and him. Oh, yeah. Just sidelined him with his own children. No, bitch. You gone, you gone. But you lied to me. He was doing, like you saying, no good deed goes unpunished. He was doing his job to save your fucking life. You used me as bait. It was like, it might have been fucked up, but there was no other way to get this motherfucker. He would have killed some other people if I hadn't done that shit. So you gonna be mad about that? You alive to be mad about it.
You had the closest ties to him.
Yeah. What the fuck you mean? Man, you got, like I said, grow up and get over that shit. What the fuck? What are we talking about? The welfare of a bunch of people or just your feelings? Oh my God. We can't be together. But
it reminded me.
No, you won't. They ain't your fucking kids. The fuck out their life too.
Yeah, it reminded me of even though with the Arrow, why I stopped watching fucking Arrow. Them always blaming Oliver for shit. I'm like, motherfucker, he is the one with the most experience here and knowing what the hell he's doing. Y'all all can't fell under his tutelage. Then he left. Y'all act like y'all know better than him. And I'm like, see, this is why I stopped watching this damn show.
He's the one with the experience with the people that know the training and all the rest of that, but he's the one to blame. You know what that falls under, right?
Mm-hmm.
Daddy is wrong. That's little kid shit. That's kids trying to prove that daddy don't know what the fuck you talking about. Like he don't live in the real world. Like your father was the one sitting in the house that was bought and paid for, and your mama was going out and working the whole time. Dealing in the real world. That's what that falls into. Kids having an issue with their father in the way their father does things. And they have to prove to him that his way ain't the way, their way is the way. That's why Jaden is walking around at damn near 7 feet tall with platform shoes on and a fucking Starfleet dress. You just got to prove his daddy's wrong. That other glitter spitting fucking dude can walk away from his chick that he had before he even came to Starfleet because he might have some feelings for somebody else. Fuck his people and their traditions. That's exactly what we sent you to Starfleet for, right? To come back a poof. That's exactly what people in Middle America are afraid of sending their kids off to college for. They leave for a year and come back somebody completely fucking different that you don't even recognize. Who the fuck are you? And who is this? This is my boyfriend Jay Didden. You didn't leave here like that.
Yeah, you came. You
What the
left.
fuck did they do to you? This is who I've always been. Bullshit. You always been as that little motherfucker was in that room I was feeding, biting their toenails. That's who you always been.
With pictures of girls on your wall, posters.
Girls on your wall and wouldn't wipe your ass good because I had to put your underwear. It's like, man, look, wipe this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not washing your clothes.
And we damn sure ain't buying no new ones.
No. But now this is who you are. Oh. Because the barefoot 400-year-old told you so. Okay. And just on the side note about Starfleet Academy, this is the thing. This is the part that this is the part in the show that makes me laugh. Anytime they want to give a woman authority in that show, the woman always has to be hundreds of years old to try to give them the leverage and experience and shit, right? To make everybody else have to listen to them because they're the elders, right?
Shit.
Right? But they make some of the dumbest newbie mistakes ever, which proves the point that everybody who is older is not smart.
Always smarter.
They're not. They learn nothing from experience. You mean to tell me you took a fucking hippie and flash forward them 400 years in the future, they're smarter than everybody else in the future? No, they were a dumbass in their time. They're a dumbass now. So all the women on this show is old as fuck. So that's why everybody got to listen to them, because they have experience. No, you got fast forwarded through time, but you didn't have to gain the same experience that the male characters had to from actually doing. You want it just because of the age, but you can't say you elders now, right? And in charge of anything, because that's not PC. That's not what you're trying to tear down, which would be a tradition. But you need that weight to what you say works, because I've been around for centuries. You've been doing it wrong for centuries, motherfucker. How about that?
Yeah, you want to be elderly, but you don't want to be called granny. You want to be called
Got
GGs and G-Malls and all this other shit. And is she dating a younger man? Because, you know, that seems to be the thing, too. The elder women can date younger males, but it's a problem when the guys do it.
Look, Nala Aki been around for 400-something fucking years, and she couldn't outthink Newton Braka. It was not even a third of her fucking age. She couldn't even outthink him. Does that mean she was smart for 400 years? Or in 400 years, she stayed relatively stupid? Walking around barefoot and cuddling up with a good book in a captain's chair. That means she wasn't the best and the brightest. Because she couldn't outthink somebody born after her. You had a head start. He's still smarter than you. Both of you chicks
literally had a 400-year head start.
And still got outthought. Still. Shut the hell up. You kidding me, right? That's time wasted, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, 400 years, you're supposed to have been developing your knowledge far past anybody. So by the time, anytime we see you, you always got some smart or intelligent shit to say, and then you just go back to what you were doing. We never see you because you always improving.
400 years, you should be the wily captain that nobody can predict. You know why? Because you got 400 fucking years of experience in pulling tricks that people have forgot about already. You should be able to do the Kobayashi Maru on that motherfucker and them not to understand what the hell is happening. You should be able to do what the Picard trick, the Picard maneuver. You should be able to pull that off. No, you get your ship captured. How?
You should never
There should be a
captured.
system on this ship that you don't understand how to work because you remember the first generation of it and every generation following it.
I mean,
Nothing.
after the first 100 years, you should know how not to get captured.
Well, I memorized this schematic. Well, I know this planet. I've been here before. Really, how? Well, in 400 years, you get around. No, none of that? Got you. You're just dummies. You're a 400-year couch sitter. That wants authority because you've been around so long. There's a lot of people who've been around a long time. Don't all of them need to be running shit.
That's
Don't
the
need to run
problem with
anything.
upper management now. It's a bunch of motherfuckers that just hung around. All the
That's
good people left.
That's your senators. That's your senators. Been there forever. Gotta die in office. Ain't did shit. Ain't did shit. And the only sales pitch they got is, oh, you don't want the other guy. He's old. Who the fuck is talking?
He's
Get
old.
the fuck, bruh. Like, he's old.
Or scare tactics. Oh, this person's gonna do this, and this. And I've always said, what the fuck are you gonna do? Because all you told me is what this person's gonna do that's bad. You ain't told me nothing about good. That's what even when we're here with this local shit we just had our elections here, everybody talking about Jasmine Crockett not getting the spot. I said, yeah, but the dude that replaced her is fucking just as goofy. Because I watched his political ads too, and I was like, so can't vote for neither one of you motherfuckers because it's just a Democrat replacing another Democrat.
Yeah, another plant in the seat. And I will point out those kind of tactics. Oh, he old. We got more hair. Shit like that. Those scare tactics. Those are kid tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Those are kid responses to serious questions. Well, he's old. Fuck that man. You're old. Just as old as him. Supposed to create heroes, professionals, and competent adventurers, not wimps, simps, and feminists, Mary Sue's. Well, that was pre-burn, I guess.
So generation
gonorrhea. Because after the gonorrhea, everybody needs some monostat.
That's the generation rating it, man. I like that. They ain't really experienced shit.
No,
except what happened.
Getting led by some people who want to make believe they experience some shit.
Like what happened here, Houston, at the livestock show and rodeo. They had to shut it down early, the carnival portion, for the first time that I ever seen. Why? Because a bunch of ignorant ass young motherfuckers went up there fighting and running and caused a ruckus. So it's all on the news. I was like, that is a first. I said, because in the spring break, I said, y'all can't just go up there and just have fun, ride the rides, each Armor Amber and shut the fuck up and go home.
Get the fuck off. No. Like Bill Cosby said, one of the people we're supposed to throw away now.
Yeah.
We can't get through the night without a good beating. Dear man, thank you for your kindness. Thank you for being cool about the whole thing. Maybe we can't get through the night without a good beating. Fucking hell. Can't go to the rodeo without some bullshit.
So people like, why I don't go? I said, why I haven't been in a few years. I said, because it's a bunch of ignorant young motherfuckers, and I don't want to have to put my foot in somebody's ass because they mad disrespectful. Because when I was young, I had been going by myself since I was a teenager. Didn't never cause no problems, didn't never cause no ruckus. Went there, rode the ride with my friends, ate my fucking food and turkey legs and caramel apples and shit, and then went home at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's what you go to a rodeo for, right? Not for a hood party brawl. I would say there is a correlation of where disrespectful ass children come from.
Mm-hmm.
Especially children that are disrespectful to men. There's a place they come from. Why don't you do the research and figure it out? Not you personally, Beasley, but you know, I'm talking to YouTube land.
Because I know. Because I know from firsthand, I know where it comes from.
I do too.
I got to deal with the shit. I'm like,
yeah, we ain't growing up in the same cities. So there you go. We just took a swath.
Got to deal, and they come in all shapes and colors and sizes and too. Shit, because I'm one the couple of kids in my after school. I'm about sick of their ass. Because I'm like, look, I told them. I told the other cousins, I said, I'm about to throw them motherfuckers in the gauntlet. I said, I'm about to say, fuck the belt, cups, mouthpieces, and gloves. We about to do this live sparring shit. I'm gonna get this bitch up out of you today. Because all this whining and crying and shit, I'm sick of it.
It doesn't take it takes more than a day. Trust me. Anyone that you're going to extend that much effort on is going to take more than a day.
Oh yeah,
because it will be rewritten as soon as they get plugged back into the collective.
As soon as they go home. As soon
as they plug back into the collective, it will get overwritten with like, oh, she's trying to bring that shit that Coach Beasley telling you, don't bring that shit to my house.
Because that's what it is. We would be discussing that.
Be a man here till I need some money. I need you to pay these bills. Then you're gonna be a man.
Well, no, I don't know. Shit, man. These little two chubby white boys. I don't think they're gonna pay the bills. No, the black dude that's picking them up. I said, "What's my mom's friend?" I said, "Nah, your mom fuck by that dude."
It's your mama's friend. Yeah, a fuck buddy friend, a friend with benefits. No, they're gonna work too. Fat white boys always have a job.
With medical disabilities. Oh, they got this problem.
Yes, they'll get management. They'll be in management. What you going? What you going to discriminate against them for their overweightness and their mental deficiency?
Oh no, you can't.
You're gonna do that. Yeah. There's a woman in HR waiting to talk to you. No, we
don't do the body to shaming and this is a body positivity environment, and we care about the mental health.
Now you see what you're picking up what I'm putting down. You can't shame them.
I've had the mental.
Gym. You can't say shit to them, but here's your promotion.
Yeah. Well, because I've had them HR conversations, and I know you have too. I'm like, I don't be giving a fuck. I'm like, I'm gonna say what I want to say.
You are fucking kidding me.
If it's that much of a problem,
this is a serious deal. Okay, assure me.
I'll be like, well, where's my resignation papers if that much big of a deal? Because I'll quit. Well, no, we don't. I said, oh, so you don't want your best employee? So why you fucking with me? Let me do my job and let me say what the fuck I want to say and go home.
No, because I want you to say what the fuck I want you to say. Not about you saying what you want to say. It's about you saying what I want you to say. Because that makes me feel good. Right now, in the moment.
You have to be careful because, you have a lot of female employees. You mean the female employees that's fucking managers running around here and you worried about what the fuck I say?
Yes, especially them. Because you didn't want to fuck them. So they had to fuck the manager to make sure you
Like,
would
so, I
still
mean,
pay them some attention.
yeah, I mean, you worried about my mouth, but these
Yes,
are the same chicks that's fucking and talking about who they doing this shit to
yes,
and what they
yes,
doing on the weekends.
yes,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. It's not important about the dude that's kissing her ass. It's more important about the one that's not. He needs to too. Kid logic. Sounds like the television, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was saying about the TDS. It's not enough that you dissatisfy. Everybody else has to understand that you're dissatisfied to give you what the fuck you want. It's kid logic. It's kids acting out, throwing a goddamn tantrum everywhere they can to get you to pay attention to them. Because in the women centric world, you have to be focused on women you don't give a fuck about. They need to be centered. They need to be important. You need to understand their pain and their struggle while they disregard yours at every step and your
Mm-hmm.
existence. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
important.
that's how I lost a security post and lost my fucking 40 hours behind that shit because I wasn't in the office like the other dude when he worked in the office kissing their ass and up there being chatty as fuck with them. I said no, I was outside being security, doing my damn job in this violent ass part of town.
Well, what do you think is going to happen now that I'm in the office? All I'm going to hear is all that office bullshit that they talk all day. And the other thing I'm going to see is how often some of these ass kissing ass dudes hang out in the office and get to sit there and wonder, like, why ain't you out there doing your fucking job? You spending a lot of time in here in the office.
On this damn coffee pot,
Shit.
keeping the coffee pot warm more than the
Sitting
coffee
there
machine itself.
sees when you supposed to have your ass out there knocking out these work orders. See, this will be the shit that I didn't see while I was out doing my damn job. Because I'll get out in the field and they won't see me in the office, in the warehouse, or nowhere. Well, I haven't seen you all fucking day. That's good. That means I was working and I was busy. You're not supposed to be seeing me all fucking day.
Yeah,
You saw my face like that day, and you should be wondering why the fuck is he in here and not out there doing his goddamn job.
Supposed to be moving, supposed to be out and about doing shit. That's what I'm getting paid to do.
Yeah, energy is supposed to be in motion, not stagnated.
Plus, it makes the day go by quicker as opposed to sitting around talking to you motherfuckers.
Damn sure does. Because I can tell you this, having worked in a few offices, standing around talking to a bunch of complaining ass women is not very productive. Just saying. You can't get a lot done doing that. You get a lot of talking done, but at the end of the day, you have to think about what the hell you wasting all your time talking about. Are you sitting there whining like a baby, waiting for some, coochie points or what?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have something else to do. As a man, you have to have something else that's more important to get done. Please. For your own sanity. You soaking up a lot of estrogen, my dude.
You're gonna be a chatty patty.
Ain't be a chatty patty. I mean, you can. That's a way to go. I'm not sure if you want to, but it is a way to go. So what else you got on some of this stuff? I haven't played Rivals yet, but I am looking to get back to it.
Oh, well, they just recently did some stuff that they're gonna add some implement, especially since this season with the matchmaking. You've been having this issue with throwers, people throwing people's games and shit like this. And
Shit, that's been an issue.
Well, no, what it was is they actually found that there's a site where you can put bounties on certain people, particularly streamers and content creators, and they can. And if you end up in the game, you can throw their game and collect the bounty. So that got
incentivizing game throwing.
Yes, and so it got brung to the developers' attention. They just now, and I think in the past couple of days, they just sent the site a cease and desist order. but
So
it was created. But I'm hearing two different origins of why the site was created. It was from one origin that I heard it was created because of to basically to deal with negative players that want to be quote unquote toxic and talk shit and all this other stuff. You can have somebody to pay somebody to throw their games. But I was like, do you think that was going to work out in the long run? I said, what you think was going to happen? And so they gonna basically they're gonna be harsher penalties because they only punish you for like 15 minutes from competitive rank. They don't even really punish you that heavy. So what they said is they're gonna do harsher bans and they're gonna start doing point compensation. So giving some of your points back for people that throw matches. I said, okay, that's good.
Well, you played the game, so you know. Because you said streamers were on the list, right?
Mm-hmm.
What good does it do to throw a streamer's match? One, it fucks up their stream. Two, it fucks up their rankings.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually, if you have a bounty high enough, let's say Beastly Nerd is up in your diamond class, and you talk shit while you play. I put a bounty out on Beastly Nerd on the game. People will come out of the woodwork to take your ass down a peg, to throw a game so you lose, to fuck up your standings because your standings are related to everybody else's. It's not individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every game that you're in that's a loss, it brings your standings down, which means you can elevate somebody else who ain't actually put in that work to get that high.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Tearing down the competition without actually having to take on the competition and be better than them. You're just finding a way around being better by just diminishing them. Kind of like women do men. Mm-hmm. In every media property now. They're not better, just the men are weaker, less competent. So they look like they stand out. Yeah, you can be the tallest person in the crowd if you cut everybody off at the knees. Same mentality. Kid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Female kid shit.
Pretty much. And like I tell people, you also hurt the other people in the lobby and fuck they standing up too.
Yeah, I don't fuck about that because it's about what the person that they were really trying to go after. Everybody else is just a casualty.
Collateral damage.
Collateral damage. Like I was just saying, the scenario I gave before, woman deleting the kids because she mad at the husband. Well, the kids didn't do shit. Doesn't matter. That's what the husband cares about. That's what she'll use. Doesn't matter that it's the kids. If there's nothing else, then the kids gonna have to get deleted.
Mm-hmm.
What up, studio? What's good, AB? Now let me do this. AB. Malika. Charles, y'all need a different color scheme. God damn it. Because y'all all went to the same AI
picture.
Same AI generator. This look like the same goddamn image. Look, make it easier on the host. Change your color schemes up or something. Hell, dude.
And then
look, it's just me. Look, I'm an artist. I'm just seeing shit. I'm not saying to look bad. I'm just saying y'all got to pick a color scheme because apparently AI only like giving black folks black backgrounds. Like brown has to be the whole thing that they fucking do. Like Jesus.
And then
and Charles is like, it almost look like it's the same fucking character.
Yeah.
But I know what AMs look like, so I can't even put that one up. It's like everybody went to the same generator. It's just generating brown tones the whole time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then
don't tell them you black. See what you get.
Also in the game, there were some updates to the New York, the Times Square map with Felicia's wanted poster. It's been clawed up. And so everybody and I say this because this is what annoys the hell out of comic book fans about certain things, because the height of the wanted poster has been adjusted to where it's like 7.5. And so you got all these motherfuckers saying, "Oh, she's gonna possibly be a Vanguard because her height is 7.5." And I said, "Where the hell are y'all getting this idea?" And they said, "Oh, the Spider-Man show in the '90s. She was the." I said, "You be talking about that bullshit storyline where they cooked up and said that she's like a super soldier like Captain America?" I said, "You don't know that that's not canon, right? Like she's only 5'10. She ain't no damn super soldier. Like, can y'all stop referencing adaptations and just pick up a damn comic? It's not gonna hurt. They cost about $5, about 10, 12 pages. It will take
She
you."
already ain't that tall. She's not that damn tall.
Yeah, I said she doesn't like her powers deal with probability manipulation. Like what are we talking about? And most people that have kind of figured out and said no, it's 7.5. It's 7.5. That means they're hinting that she's probably gonna come at the mid-season update. You ain't getting her first. I'm like, y'all are just so desperate for more vanguards and strategists that it's annoying. It's like, look, and like I keep saying, like, look, it's fucking how many characters are in Marvel? It's like thousands, right? Like I think it says like 80,000 characters
Yeah.
total. I said they're gonna put more of them characters. Stop bitching and complaining.
Well, we talked about this before. Get better at the characters you got right now. Plain and simple. Because I'm still pissed off that Elsa Bloodstone showed up again. And actually, she plays a little bit better than Blade, which I'm actually equally irritated by.
Oh, we all are irritated about that. That's the whole community pissed about that. Like she got a better shotgun than Blade and better movement, and you can't even hit this motherfucker because of her passive. It reduces her cooldowns, so she's able to dash every 2 seconds. I was like,
That
this is
should
some
be something.
bullshit.
That should be something the vampire, the damn peel, should be able to do, not a regular human, right? Told you. I got into a conversation partly on Instagram with somebody added me and asked me about forgetting who it was at the time. Asked me about would I be down for a bloodline character in, I think it was Rivals or something like that, or in a live action show, and I was like, hell no, because I don't like the character of Bloodline. I don't think Blade needs to be a single father with some estranged fucking daughter running around. And I only see it as another attempt to give you a female Blade, just like Elsa Bloodstone is. I don't need another one. I already got one, which is Elsa. Now the second one is Bloodline. Bloodstone, Bloodline, all of them bleed once a month. No. Can we just have Blade and keep it that way? No. It had to be a white woman, then it had to be his daughter. I don't like either one of them. Not interested in either one of them. It's the same way they broke up the relationship between Joker and Harley Quinn, but all of a sudden Joker got a fan in his punchline. Well, this is Joker's daughter. It's not his fucking daughter. It's some crazy ass bitch trying to work her in to take the place that Harley is now vacated. And of course, she's smarter than the Joker.
And of course, you got Harley locking lips with old Poison Ivy over there.
Yeah, because she got to be a lesbian. Lesbians wanted Harley. Because that's why it wasn't good that her and Joker had this abusive relationship. It was toxic. Well, she's kissing on Poison Ivy. Isn't Poison Ivy toxic?
Mm-hmm.
She must be immune. No. They said that so they can get to having the girl-on-girl shit that they wanted.
Which is all they've been writing. They ain't wrote no compelling stories and none of it. Because I've been watching people that review those comics that are fans.
I saw this dude on Instagram was reviewing the Storm comic where she gets killed. I saw Storm riding around with some chick on her sleeve and said, oh, they giving her the Angela Queen of Hell shit, huh? Every strong female character got to be riding around with some chick now. That's like pseudo her girlfriend. Fucking hell.
Lord.
Some comics.
Because that's like I said, I was reading that article with the actress that's in the One Piece season 2 was talking about that. She said, they've always been viewed like a little sister relationship, but I think it's add a little queer flavor to it. I'm like, you motherfucker, like you can't just be friends. You can't just be friends. You gotta be you just have to insert that shit in the show.
Yes, because they don't have a show if they don't feel like they inserted that. It won't reach anybody if we do that. If we don't do this, well, as far as I understand it, the manga was pretty fucking successful without that.
Still got an ongoing show.
Of people, yeah, and it reached a shitload of people. So I don't see how this is improving anything.
So much so that they didn't came out and said that all of the little episodes and everything that's been going on, that's only the first part of the story. They haven't even got. I said, wait a minute. So all them thousands of episodes and all the mangas, that's only the first part of this shit?
Yeah, because it's Shonen Jump.
It's Shonen Jump. It's like American comics.
Yeah, it's shorter than that shit. It's brief.
At this point, I know I'm going to hurt a lot of artists' feelings. I don't care. It's the truth. At this point, we just need to harness AI and make our own shit. Because they're not going to change.
That's what friends like you are for. Support me when I publish it. All I'm asking, all you Negroes, bring out the change, and I'll write the stories that are for. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
I'm gonna be king of the pirates or cops or something like that. I mean, I don't mind a live action One Piece, even though the guy they got playing Luffy, that's like Robert Downey Jr. You're just playing yourself, dude. You're just playing yourself. It's I don't know. Like you said, when I came in on the back end of the conversation, they're trying to put in some. Huh?
Nothing.
Oh boy, not that one.
Tail end. There's no back end.
That's just as bad.
Oh boy.
That's just as bad. It's like if you go heads and tails at certain clubs, it's not good.
See, and that's another thing. Why we can't just say regular shit like how we used to? Everything gotta
be looking glass now. Every word has to be flipped. That's not what it actually means in the dictionary. It has to be some alternate meaning. Like I was laughing at this Instagram post where they were talking about the word "unk." These white folks is up there. Unk means uncool. Unk means uncool. It's been saying it forever. It means uncool. The black dudes on there, man. Would y'all shut the hell up? You don't get to define shit you ain't
said that dumb shit.
Uncle, unk always means uncle. It's always
uncle or older guy.
Yeah, you don't get to change the word for you.
You motherfuckers try to use it as being uncool when you want to try to insult somebody that's older than you, particularly a male that's older than you. That's one of the reasons why I tell the young, I said, they be trying to call me Unc. I said, nigga, don't call me no. I said, first off, I ain't that damn old. Secondly, that's an insult. Y'all try to use that as an insult too much. Exactly. So I don't want to be called Unc.
Yeah, like
first of all, when you call somebody Unc, you trying to call them an old, broke down man. I said, first of all, twice your age and better shape. Who's the Unc?
No. Unc. I call my uncle Mark Unc.
Yeah.
When I'm talking to him when he's close to me, when I'm not talking in reference to him, he's not there, he's Unc. When he's there, he's Unc. When he's not there, he's uncle. That's all that shit has ever meant. Black folks shorten a lot of words because some of the shit is superfluous. That's part of black slang. You shorten words.
Mm-hmm.
I just worked at a dude's base for a week. I had been with him for 2 weeks in New Mexico. His name is Eric. The fuck do you think I called him when I saw him? E. I'm not using all the rest of that shit. I don't need to. We familiar. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not using this full government. Whatever,
Just
man.
like when I see Artisan and live in a living color, I shall refer to him as Darth and Luminous.
This motherfucker, bro. AB, instant media. Yeah. Black folks always shorten shit. Always shorten shit. That is part of how our slang works. We shorten these long ass words that white folks make up.
Yeah,
Always.
I've called my uncles uncle for years. Never had an issue.
For real.
And it just
Black
means
parents even better.
yeah. It just
We just
means
call you.
somebody who is older than you, but not as old as your parents. They in that middle range. That's uncle. Because if you were over their parents' age, you would be pawpaw or some shit like that, right?
Be like, yo, pops.
Yeah, pops.
Just like bro, sis, cuz, all of that shit with
Brother, sister, cousin. Right? Brother, sister, cousin, auntie.
You got a bunch of family members that aren't blood related and shit.
This is what black folks do. White folks always try to understand this shit. And part of them redefining the shit is how they sell it back to you, and you motherfuckers buy that shit. Because the other clip I thought that was funny as hell was from the Boondocks, which about the black dude who made the black ice, but nobody wanted to buy it till the white dude sold it. Because his ice is colder. He sold the black dude's black ice to you. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like, I like some black ice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, what you think about that One Piece live action season 2?
I haven't watched the One Piece. I didn't watch season 1. That's why I'm not talking about One Piece. Because I have no opinion on something that I have not actually seen. So, the only thing I've heard about it was from you right now about they made a lesbian relationship in this shit, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that's been watching modern media in the last, 15 minutes.
Even though I didn't see that part yet, I'm just like, why do they have to do that? Like, here's my thing. If the LGBT is only 2%, I should rarely see it.
Yeah. So that's
it's actually less than that, Charles.
Exactly. So why? Here's my shit. I live in Baltimore. It's very few Asians that live in Baltimore. So, guess what I don't see unless I walk into their stores?
a bunch of Asians.
Guess what? When I go to Hollandtown, it used to be Lily White. Now it's Little Medico. Guess what I see when I go to Hollandtown? Bunch of Hispanics. But guess what the majority of people in Baltimore I will see? At 70% of pop.
Should be black.
Negro.
So Negroes. I better stop because if I say it loud enough, I'm going to start a stampede.
Oh, that happened last night at the rodeo, sir.
It was only 3 big chicks.
Dude, so this is Texas. That is more. It's going to be 3.
See, what happened was it was an optical illusion. It was only 3, but it looked bigger because there was nothing but wall-to-wall action.
It's all running together.
But it's funny because if you make The Wire part 2, I shouldn't see a bunch of Hispanics. I shouldn't see a bunch of white people. I shouldn't see I should see majority black people. So when I look at this, I don't. That's the reason why when I wrote my story, somebody probably thought, well, can we put a lesbian or a gay? No. Make your own shit. This is what I said years ago with the LGBT and others. It's the same way I look at civil rights. Why couldn't you fight your own shit? Why couldn't you make your own shit? You were sitting in the backfield saying, "We got you way back. We got your back way in the back." So now that the heavy lift is done, you can't do your shit. I've never seen in comic books and manga make your own shit. Why? Because it's probably not going to sell. Not because your character's gay. Not because your character's Hispanic, it's because you're not that good at writing or creating.
No, Starfleet Academy. Look, I'm not saying anything nobody knows. I'm not saying anything that's outside the pale that nobody knows. That Starfleet Academy show is ass. And the person who wrote that shit, who said they wrote it, and the reasons that they wrote it, wrote some shit. So it is what the hell it is, man.
I still ain't went back. I'm still watching Deep Space Nine and other Star Treks.
Like, you need to go back in time and watch.
AB, I went back to watch Enterprise. I'm having a better appreciation of Enterprise right now than I am watching Starfleet Academy.
Understandable.
It made me go back and watch that shit. And I was like, you know what? This is not actually that bad. And he's Vulcan nipples and get it over with.
Look, you had to come to the same revelation that a lot of Star Wars fans about the prequel trilogy. Yeah, it really wasn't that bad because you actually got bad Star Wars.
I'm glad you
saw them have that shit. I saw that shit. I never hated the prequel trilogy. I enjoyed the prequel trilogy. I was surprised about all the millennials who was hating that shit. Like, George Lucas lost it up. I'm like, the fuck is y'all talking about? It's just George doing his shit. No, he can't write a love story for shit, but whatever. Like, that's not his strong suit.
I'm glad you said that, Beasley, because I hold them personally responsible for KK.
Yeah,
they are single-handedly the only reason KK got their hands on Star Wars because they bitch so much about George Lucas in those prequels.
The recent comments by Patton Oswalt, what he said about KK not having to be part of the fan held hostage by the fandom not anymore. I'm like, and most people pointed out, like Pat Oswalt, you and Kevin Smith was one of the people that was talking shit about George Lucas in the prequels. So it was okay when you was talking shit about George Lucas in the prequels, but when we have an issue with her about the sequel trilogy and everything she's done with that, now it's a problem.
I feel as though we're going to go through that with Bo Mayo and X-Men 97. I feel we're going to go through that when, like, you're not going to appreciate till shit's really gone. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why, you know, they have to come out like stuff like DCKO. And it's like I said last week, it's so funny that how does your alternate universes get more play than your regular 616 and Earth 1 universes? Like, for God's sakes, you can't get the same writers to do the movies and to do the shows. You have a guy who literally shitted on fucking the Green Lantern show before the Green Lantern show came out, and he's the main writer. Like, that's how, like, stop getting people who never read a comic book to write your shows. Like, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'll fight you in the middle of the street. I don't care how big, how small, how talented. I will find a way to win. If I got to break every bone in your body and mine, you cannot tell me that fucking Mr. Gunn ever read a comic book in his life. I'm sorry. When I look at him versus Zack Snyder, I see a difference in masculinity and masculine thought. It's abysmal to the point where you had a good first season with Peacemaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the next season, you go out of your way to make him a simp. He's a killer. He does not care about love the same way a person does. You don't even put him on interesting missions anymore. You put him in this alternate universe. For what? You're dropping the ball with your own damn movie and show universe. You don't even have a. This is how I know something's wrong with Warner Brothers and DC. You can't even make a Superman game. You can't even make a goddamn. If it wasn't for Netherworld, you wouldn't even have a fighting game since Justice League Task Force, which is in the '90s, by the way, Super Nintendo. if it wasn't for them coming up with Injustice. So
Even that
what?
shit has fell to the wayside, Charles, because that they ain't doing good on that either.
Because the reason why is because Injustice 3 could have came out.
Yeah.
Because the Injustice story was one of the best runs, 5-year runs of a comic. It was like number one. It was a damn good story.
Yeah, it
But
was. I read it.
You said that because I'm about to download Injustice 1.
and download the comics, and
Please
you'll
do. I
appreciate
will.
Injustice, the video game, much way better.
Yes.
And we got when I look at this, you have all this source material around. Like my God, if they said, "Hey, Charles, you got to kick out movies for the next 5 to 10 years," you got the vaults. Okay, okay. Hey, Snyder, bring your ass back here. This is what you're gonna do. Hey, Gunn, get over here. You're gonna do shows. You're gonna do movies. We're gonna interweave this shit so we can promote the movies through the shows. Everybody's happy. Matter of fact, we're gonna take your version, and we're gonna make it a multiverse. Get over with. That's how I feel about. And I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I appreciate the genre. But I do like the shows because it fills the characters out more, just like the books. You have all this material and you sucking really, and it's but yet we got to put homosexuality in every goddamn piece of media we need, which we rarely, even from a numerical statistical standpoint, we rarely see in America. It's a damn shame, folks. It's a damn shame. Like,
Well, I've said that recently in this stream that homosexuality and these different lifestyles are overrepresented for what they are in the population. They have more numbers in shows than they do in actually the real world. Which is, yes, it's been around forever. It always has been there, but it has never been at this degree in this level of population. Never.
never.
Environment itself does not support it that way. It
And
doesn't. So it's overrepresented. If you're trying to make a correction, you are way overcorrecting. You're going to hit the iceberg, sir.
exactly. And you can't even make a good story.
No, it'd be different if the story was fucking good. Nobody would give a shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, think about it. In Star Wars, it's more rare to see a black person than a gay one.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm just like, wait a minute. I know Mace Windu and Billy D. Williams ain't the only two Negroes in this place.
Captain
So, yeah. And then when you had the post movies, as I like to refer to them, the post Star Wars movies, or Rugrats all grown up, the black guy, you make one of the main characters, you make him into this sniveling coward, eye bucking, chasing the white woman. Never been. You had a chance to make that character cool. And I'm sorry, this is the reason why they have to get a bunch of Nigerians to play black roles. I'm sorry, I hate to go there. Maybe because a lot of American blacks would just say, "Hell no, I'm not playing this shit."
No,
And I don't know.
You take the job.
You take the job, but it's like you could have made him secretly. What if he was a goddamn job? Like I'm just like, it's like Endgame. You didn't give us Hulk versus Thanos round 2. Like, you really dropped the ball on that? I know I'm not the only one who thought that.
It happened. Because culture they got so much stuff from parents groups, usually the women groups, about the first movie with the Hulk in it because he was out there kicking people's asses. They didn't like that for their boys who wanted to get, foam Hulk hands and shit like that and go out there and smash them. No, hitting is wrong. So the character changed. Disney is pussified in that way. No,
That's
actually,
what happened.
Yes.
Holy
They actually,
shit.
the moms complained because the Hulk was kicking ass, even though the Hulk's a kick-ass character since what, 63?
Smash. Why he didn't want to smash? I'll do it, but it's so degrading. Shut the fuck up. Who wants to see a Hulk that even Maestro smashes, nigga? What the fuck are you talking about?
Why do you want to build your sons into men you wouldn't date?
Because they have no interest in men.
It's called control.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a shout.
That's exactly called control.
Man.
Because men that'll fight back are problematic to people who can't fight a man.
Yep.
So you have to get you. It's a line from the movie Equilibrium, which is interesting. That comes up right now, right? Given Tay Diggs is the one delivering this line to Christian Bale. It says, "How do you get a gun from a tetragrammaton cleric? You ask him for it because he complies with leadership, right? How do you get a boy to put down his manhood? You ask him. Mommy asked him. That's why I gave my daughter so much shit about her boyfriend that time not opening her fucking door. Oh, she doesn't like that. You cannot relieve him of his manhood.
Mm-hmm.
His manhood is not at your permission."
Nope. That's why I got into it with my friends when they came over. And they were like, well, men and women got problems. I said, there's problems men and women do not share.
Yeah. Yeah, we got problems, but they're not sharing.
We don't share. I said, first and foremost, and he's like, what you mean? See, that's the, I said, first of all, I don't care how big you are, but this is the difference between me and you. You've never been in a physical fight. My blood starts to boil when I get in fights. I said, you're 350 pounds. I'm 280. If I wanted to hurt you, there ain't a damn thing I could do. You're the one who asked me, who came. And just to give you clearance, I'm the friend nobody really tells that much shit to until they want a real answer. Because truth has to be told and truth be undeniable. And I'm like, dude, when we look at women, and every time I hear chicks talk about, oh, my baby daddy's a bum, I said, well, that would make you a homeless shelter. You can't complain. You said this man's genetic code needs to go to the next generation. That's your problem.
You pushed it forward.
Yep. I said, but my homeboy tried to complain about his wife. Guess who I told him? That's your fault. You asked to marry her. So I tell people there's some things we don't share. That we're not equals. Just like my friend now. You don't think men and women never been. Never been. I don't like the word partner because you're not Jim the Anvil Neidhart. I'm not Brett the Hitman Hart.
Right. We're not running the tag team here.
We're not a tag team. We're not the law firms of Belt the Ass and Associates.
Yeah, we're not. He a bum, but you let a bum tap your cheeks, and I'm supposed to take you seriously?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Not even tap the cheek, shoot up the club, and deliver him a baby.
For it takes you gestation for a human is almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
Almost a year. And you telling me
bum chode around for a year, happily.
And that's why I said every time you call your baby daddy a bum, I'm going to refer to as a homeless shelter.
Mm-hmm. Well, I used to tell him I used to just be cold blooded. I said, look, you knew that motherfucker wasn't shit. I mean nothing. You knew he wasn't shit. You knew from the minute he was shit. Everybody told you he wasn't shit. I told you he wasn't shit, and you chose to deal with him. So go ahead and deal with it. Yeah.
That's why I don't use that young. Well, I was young.
No.
Guess what? Your grandmother picked better. She was probably younger than you.
Mm-hmm. I had a chick use that I was young shit too. I said, how old was he? Wasn't he the same age as you? So why doesn't he get to use the same excuse? He was young too. So the fact that you picked a young guy to try to get pregnant by, and you knew he didn't have a father in his life, that makes you dumb
Exactly. I've
twice.
said if you pick men like you picked your shoes, your hair weave, you probably have impeccable children. But no, I pick this any Negro will do mentality. And it's hard for a person like me. Well, Charles, you're just so raw and so mean. I said, it's not mean. It's not mean. I said, you got to realize, why do you, like I had to tell my ex last night, why do you, your friend doesn't, is 47 years old. She dressed like the brat, never had a dress.
Mm.
What type of dudes she mess with? Hood dudes. She,
Dress.
you put the uniform on for the job you want to be referred to. I shouldn't be shocked if I put my old uniform on and somebody calls me officer.
No, excuse me. That's like a given, I would think.
Yeah.
And that's what I look at it like when it comes to that. And people may say, what does this have to do with the story of the day? But this is how media is. We want to change the outlook of something, and people don't understand. One of the first ways we went into World War II was propaganda. What was the biggest propaganda at the time? Superheroes.
Yeah.
Yep.
They fought the Axis
Ask Stan
powers
Lee.
before we did.
Yeah,
Huh?
ask Stan Lee. Said ask Stan Lee. That's what he
Yeah.
did.
So when you
Yeah.
galvanize those 10-year-old boys, because of course there was a lead up into World War II, think about it. You're two, and you're about, let's say, 7 years later, you're 17, 18 years old, and you're eligible for the draft. You're already pissed because you already know who the mustache man is, and El Duce, and the Emperor. You already seen your heroes fight them, so what are you going to be galvanized to do? What did Superman do? What did Captain America do? Which is one of the boldest comic book first edition covers of all time. I'm going to give the mustache man a right cross in the face.
They even had Daffy Duck given a mallet to the mustache man.
Yeah. So when you have that type of propaganda that causes young boys to grow up to be young men, and still some of them are still young boys, to go fight a world war and win, what happens when you tamp down their heroes 80 years later into being supportive men?
Yeah. You deconstruct them. So you deconstruct their masculinity as a whole.
And I told them, I said, ladies, why do you want your sons to be men you wouldn't find attractive? And they always said, well, I said, here's my thing. Your son is supposed to equal his father and outclass his mother because he has to take care of you now.
Mhm.
That independent shit doesn't go too far when it comes to men. It's like go back to Mighty Avengers when they came up on a construction site with Ares, and he told Miss Marvel at the time, that's what we'll refer to when she's not Captain Marvel, that's Billy Bat. When he actually told her, do I look like I'm the type of person who's sensitive to tell his feelings to a woman? Funny.
Crazy, 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 crazy. Oh, to me, it's simple. Um, I don't mean everything is simple, but some things are very simple. And that desire to have lesser men to elevate people is always there. And it's kind of evident. This is not a culture right now where people are actually striving for any kind of excellence.
Yep.
Like you put up something on your Instagram, Charles, that I thought was really interesting, which was you put up Bret Hart, put up your tribute to Bret Hart, right? And I was just remembering His catchphrase, right? The excellence of execution. Can you even call yourself that nowadays?
Mm.
No,
Can you even say you're excellent at something? Because it would make somebody else feel bad, wouldn't
you will be perceived as cocky or arrogant or one of the narcissistic or one of them stupid ass terms.
it? One of those modern day terms to actually shame you for what is a true statement.
Mhm. Long before The Rock came along, I was watching Bret Hart.
hmm Bret Hart was one of my favorite tag teams when I was young and watching wrestling. Bret Hart, British Bulldogs, the Killer Bees, Rock and Roll Express, all the people. These were some of the people in my pantheon of what shaped me into being a fan of wrestling. Bret Hart was one of them. I remember him getting the belt in his championship run. Liked him. Yeah, he was a smaller heavyweight champion. I didn't give a shit. I like what he was putting out though. Everybody gets a shot.
Yeah.
New rules. Everybody gets a shot. Day one. And everybody got a shot. Shot in the face. But that was what it was. But can you even do that nowadays without all the bravado?
Even Undertaker came out and said, told Brad literally when they were fighting for the championship, I'm happy I'm getting to work with you because now people can actually see that I can actually wrestle.
Because he's gonna make you do that work. They're gonna make you do that work. So no, nowadays you can't really do that. Everybody has to be special. Everybody is not special. You realize that, right? Just like everybody is not exceptional. If that was the case, everybody would actually be geniuses. You take your iPhone to the Genius Bar and the motherfucker standing right there talking to you would fix it. You don't have to take it into the back. No, that's not the case. That's not how human beings work. It's not how brains work. Everybody is not exceptional. Most of us are just average.
And that's okay.
It is. Good place to be. You're in the middle. That means you have potential to go up, but you also have potential to go down.
And you can always improve your situation.
You can always improve. Like you say, like corporate wise, you never want to be at the front of the pack. But that's a mentality of people who are cowards, one, and don't know how they got there to the front anyway. Don't feel like they belong there. Right? Because the front is visible. They like to go under the radar so they don't have to hold to that pressure of being in the front. I don't mind being in the front. Why? Because I like clear sailing. I don't like obstructions in my field of vision. I like to know where the goal is, where the top of the mountain is, so I can get there. I don't like people in my fucking way. That's why I don't like middle managers. They're in the way.
And I ain't got to wait on nobody to make a decision for me.
I don't like waiting on people either. Exactly. I don't have to wait. I can make decisions and I can move on it. As soon as I think it, I can move on it.
Yes.
It doesn't have to go through approvals and shit. No. It's not how. That's not how I work. It's how I have to function sometimes, but it's not how I work. Oh shit! This motherfucker got a Thunder Tank backpack.
Thunder Tank.
Yeah. See that shit? They got a Thunder Tank backpack. Why? Anyway. That is the goal. The goal is to actually move free. So it's fine being in the middle. Accept it. Most people are. Some people are a little lower than that. But if you find yourself in the middle, you look around and understand that that's where you are. Now you know you can move up.
Yes.
All it means. Okay, now I can start climbing. At least I know where I am. Could have been worse. You could have been at the tail end. And at the tail end It's very clear. You just have to go up. There's no option.
And ain't nowhere to go but up.
There's nowhere to go but up. Like, oh well, I get a good bounce from down here. I can get a good bounce to get up there to about average. Not bad. So anyway, you got 4 weeks left. Which one of these new shows coming out are y'all looking forward to? Because Beasley, I already know you and me gonna be suffering through The Boys, season 5, and not for political reasons, just because we might not give a shit politically, but we gonna be beat over the head with this shit.
Oh, you're a bad person.
Fucking 10 weeks. Like, goddamn, I don't care. I don't fucking care. Can I get to the show?
Daredevil's supposed to be coming out this week, so
luckily.
Well,
that's the other one. That did
that's
not
my bad. I spoke.
That did not make my good list last week.
I was disappointed they got rid of the head popper, but anyway.
Oh, Newman, yeah, Victoria's out of there. But they kind of got her replacement with what's her name from Gen V. So we'll see how that shakes out. Because the Gen V is going to come into the season.
I guess that's what I can do is sit down and finally go through Gen V.
Yeah, you lagging. I'm telling you. That last season with what's his name? Damn, why am I forgetting the character's name? The villain? I like to see him go up against Vecna, dude. That'd be some shit. The two of them together. Oh my god. Cypher and Vecna, boy, that'd be a combo. Them two motherfuckers.
But the Boys, man, that Spider-Man, I it's bad when I'm looking at Homelander. Like, please just kill him. This is pathetic. Please just kill him, man. This is like I'd rather see him fuck you up, man. Come on.
Yeah, that was just wrong. Just wrong. That was some authority level wrong shit. Like, yuck. There's a lot of stuff like that Spider-Man character, that knockoff. Yeah, he can die. The dude that was pulling people out of his ass. Yeah, he can go too.
Believe it or not, I did not feel sorry for Starlight's friend. I was like, nah, he's too weak of a character. His Homelander need to kill him.
Oh well.
I was like, nah, he's too weak minded. And I was like, he's fucking up the show. When
I forgot about that dude.
Exactly. When Homelander killed him, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you supposed to be fucking on Huey anyway. So what you worry about this dude for?
Yeah.
Oh, her old boyfriend and from the team.
Unnecessary. He was just there. I'm like, okay, is Homelander going to kill him? Because this is unnecessary.
Yes, Homelander was going to kill him. I thought that was evident from the minute she said, "Yeah, just go, but don't do anything." This nigga getting killed. Like, we only meeting this dude to say goodbye to him. It was over for that dude.
I was like, you sent him on that dummy mission, so what the fuck you upset for? You told him all of that shit. And
you can go on a dummy mission, but you don't have to actually be a dummy.
Yeah.
Like the hell, dude. It's called a dummy mission because you need one to do it. But if you're not, it helps if you don't act like a dummy. Like, you can know the whole time and turn it around. They sent me on a dummy mission. Yeah, but you came back. Yeah, because I'm not a dummy. Thought I was. Ha. Joke's on them. I'm smart. No, he went on a dummy mission and played the fucking dummy.
And got treated like one, a crash dummy.
I told you. We met that character to say goodbye to him. That was the only reason why. Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been some faceless nobody. Like, oh, Starlight's friend got killed. Like, okay, like the other people that got killed, whatever. We don't even see his face. It don't matter.
Yeah. She did not need additional motivation to want to take down Homelander.
No, nobody does. You just can't do shit about it. I don't know. Billy might can fuck with him now, but other than that, look, man, just bring back Soldier Boy and Billy and let Homelander, go back. Have to deal with Ryan. Maybe have to kill Ryan or something like that. Just something epically tragic that I'd be interested in watching. and not what I think they're gonna do, which is make it fucking political and bland.
Is it
And
wrong? I don't get two shirts about that damn Ryan character.
no, that's because how they used him in the last season. He's grown up some, but I still think from watching the trailer, because that's the only trailer I watched. I don't need any more spoilers than they would willingly give me. I think Homelander does kill Ryan. I think he has to, because Ryan come at his ass. Because who else is gonna fight him
Oh well.
without needing a shot or something like that? Ryan got powers. That is his kid, and he got the same powers he got. So chances are, since he's younger and less controlled, he might be able to overpower Homelander, which means Homelander would have to be smarter, and he would have to delete Ryan. Maybe he pull a Superman and snap his neck. I don't know, but it's possible. That'd be epic, but then you still got to get rid of Homelander in the show. You can't have Ryan kill Homelander and still have Ryan running around in the show. Like, was he supposed to be Superman now? No, fuck, dude, you got to go too. All these suits got to go in the boys' world. All of them got to go.
You just as crazy as your dad.
Yep, even Starlight. Starlight got to go too.
Huey's never gonna let that happen.
Look, Huey's whole story should be always the loss of love, because his father is kind of stupid now too, right? He lost his first girlfriend because what's his name ran through her.
A-Train.
Right? He's gotten to be a part of this, taking down soups and stuff like that. He even got to be a soup for a little while, right?
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend becoming a revolutionary icon, if you want to believe that shit. Like I was talking about before, women being revolutionary icons.
Light up the world.
Mm-hmm. She is there now. What is the hero's journey for her if she is in that position? Then, like Neo, her ass has to die.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be part of Huey's story of always accepting. You have these people, but you will accept loss as well, if you want to give it some fucking weight. Otherwise, Starlight will live, Homelander will die, Butcher will probably die, Ryan will probably still be alive or some shit. And
What happened to the black CEO?
Newman's daughter. Edgar?
Yeah, Edgar.
He's still there, but look, in modern fashion, he's another man. He's going to have to die too.
Mm-hmm.
Because he works for Vault, right? And even though he was kind of out of Vault, he knows too damn much to still continue to exist in this universe, because he can always just, get back control of the board and, be in the company and running shit the same way he is running it with Homelander there.
Mm-hmm.
That can't happen, so he's going to have to die. So as much as I like Giancarlo Esposito, his character is going to have to go away.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it is. There are characters you can think off the top of your head that will probably live throughout this season to the end of this season, and that may be how it happens. Now, I don't know, because I haven't read a script for this shit at all. But given the temperament nowadays, Homelander is going to have to die, because he's the Donald Trump stand-in. As the creator of the show, or the lead guy in the show, said. So he's going to want to kill Homelander. Homelander's going to have to die.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you got Seth Rogen's ass part of the production. So
Well, Seth Rogen is the executive producer. The showrunner is the one who has been twisting this show into Homelander being a Trump analogy, because he has his TDS on full display and in full bloom of how much he hates the president, outside of going up to the White House if he can get a meeting and saying, "I fucking don't like you." crybaby. So he's just taken the whole show and took a shit on it to turn it into his own TDS therapy session, wish fulfillment on how he wished things had gone. So that's what Homelander's going to be. So Homelander's going to have to die. Something. Which that's the only way he can get away with saying he wanted to delete the president. By making a stand-in character deleted. The rest of that stuff, a lot of them other characters are going to have to die. I can't see them hanging around. Because once you take out Homelander, why are they there? What's Billy there for if Homelander is dead? We already know it wasn't a grape situation with his wife. She gave it up willingly. So what he's still mad about? All the rest of the shit Homelander has done? Okay. Fine. Both of y'all gonna have to go. Gotta be some strong women in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. As I call them, I'm independent and something in there somewhere.
Starlight, maybe Firecracker.
What about Keiko?
MM, maybe. Everybody likes MM. Kumiko, she gonna live.
Sorry.
Yeah, she gonna live. Unless you gotta kill Frenchie though.
No. He's the LGBT representation now. So what the fuck is
no, he's not even the LGBT representation. He is the fluid representation. He fluid. He'll fuck with anything. Because he's a drug addict too. He like his drugs too.
Well, they'll probably kill him and Kamiko goes crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna kill him. Kamiko's gonna have to live. She got an acting career still. She can be in DC movies. So no, yeah. But that's just my off the top of my head speculations about how this shit will shake out in 2 months' time. Could be wrong. I don't give a shit. It don't do nothing to me. I'm not making this piece of shit. I don't have to gain money off of it either.
Oh, shout out to Kamiko and Starlight for beating the shit out of that Nazi bitch.
Oh, Stormfront.
Stormfront,
yeah. Stormfront went bad. She was going bad. I don't know if in the comic originally it was Starlight who beat her up. They've elevated that Starlight character way above her pay grade.
It was Homelander in the comic.
Because Stormfront was a guy.
Yeah.
So.
And Stormfront was becoming a real problem, and so Homelander had to actually had to side with Homelander on that one, and he had to take him down.
Yeah. Happily.
Then it was back to business as usual between Billy and Homelander.
Took out the most evil at that time. Now we can get back to hating each other because, fuck you but fuck this guy first.
But even with that fight, that was just look ridiculous because you had all of the female superpower chicks fighting and the fucking dudes is like standing there holding like, what the fuck y'all doing? Like y'all have can't do shit.
Sitting there holding their nuts. Mind you still got Soldier Boy running around too.
Oh yeah.
A lot of folks gotta die. You can probably freeze Soldier Boy again, but would you want anybody having control over him when they defrost him? Nah, bro.
Well, there's rumors that they using him as they're gonna do a spinoff series with Jensen Ackles, apparently.
Really? What they gonna do when he was a real raging asshole?
They don't have to. It's got to take place before all of the shit in The Boys. I was like,
How about this? This is a radical idea, I think, that they should try. How about no spinoff show? How about that? Why don't we just leave The Boys alone? You already got a spinoff show in Gen V.
And a cartoon.
Gen V could finish his third season and that could be it. How about that? Because the boys comic ended. It ended. It's over. It is not currently still in play. And I don't want y'all to get to a point where you just start making up shit because the crop of writers you got right now are not good at making up anything.
Nope.
They're good at stealing from everything that they've ever seen, but they're not good at making up their own stuff. So I would like you to pump the brakes, Seth. Finish out doing Invincible. Let the boys go. Fuck around with Gen V since it didn't exist before. You can keep playing around with your ideas over there. But give it one more season and shut it down. I'm waiting for House of the Dragon to shut it down. This other season is going to be the teller because if this season goes the way that last season, man, shit. I don't have time for this.
But you better show fighting in this new season, not hype it up like they did in that trip and promotion. It's just going to be bigger sets and and all this other stuff.
It was bigger sets and more drama, but House of the Dragon is different. You know, all these people die from killing each other, so get to it. Fucking get to it.
You know who the winner is. Stop playing.
Yeah, just get to it. Let's get it over with. Let's wrap this shit up, man. Because I'm not saying I'm done with Westeros or the Game of Thrones universe, but it's about enough of it now because it's going bad. It's going bad. Before the fruit sours completely, let's stop this because Night of the Seven Kingdoms, for the questionable stuff I saw in it, it still was a decent show. It was a decent show. It was a decent watch. But I don't want to see everything keep having diminishing returns to the point where it's not watchable now. And I'm saying that because I'm watching Starfleet Academy. That's why. I don't want to see it get to that point where we have to start comparing it to two of the worst fucking shows ever seen in geek medium, The Acolyte or Starfleet Academy, which could have been called Acolyte too, because that's all Academy people are. I don't want to see Game of Thrones go through that. House of the Dragon was a show I got onto from the first season, and everybody was jumping up and down and running to watch Rings of Power. Good show. It was the better show. And by second season, they start turning that ship into the iceberg because it was popular, because people were really looking forward to it. It's not that many stories in the House of the Dragon shit written. So let's wrap it up.
It's one book.
Wrap it up and get this shit over with. Yeah, the people are big enough stars, or their careers have got the bump it can get from being in the Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon shit. Let's move on. Because I don't want to see what you guys turn this into next. I really don't. As a fan, I don't. And I haven't even read the books. And anything more that you created would only ruin me wanting to even go back and read the books.
Mm-hmm.
So, George, finish your other shit. Cap this at 3, and we'll be good. Gen V, cap it at 3. I'll be good. You can keep going with Invincible because Invincible has a story that's actually written. But all this other stuff that's finite, let it be finite. Stop. Make up some new shit. Please. Because your industry is dying, not because the fans don't want to, can't consume it. They don't want to consume it because it tastes so bad to them.
And not because they're all bigots either.
No, I'm bigoted against bad material. I'm a hell of a bigot against that. I got definite, hard set ideas and values against bad material.
Yep.
But good shit can get anything from me. Bad shit can just get away from me. So yeah, there is some bigotry in that. I hate them. I hate them bad shows over there. No.
I hate the bad shows because of their black script.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
badass bad shows because they don't have character development.
Mm-hmm.
Bad shows still written on white paper or pink paper, so I don't like them. I don't like them.
And then you saw that they doing Yaya's doing that Man on Fire series, right?
I heard about that. I saw a partial trailer for that. I'm like, how are they doing a Man on Fire series?
Because it's a book series.
Involved? Yeah, is Denzel involved in this at all, or is this connected to that same shit, or was it just a title?
I think Denzel is connected to it, but what I heard, what I got a little bit more back from Jack Carr, the dude that wrote the Terminal List, and he was actually trying to get the original rights of it to do a show because he's a fan of it, and so, but he said that they had already went to the streaming service to do it, so I think he's also playing a part in it too. And I was like, well, shit, the Terminal List is fucking awesome. That's an awesome book series. So if he got a part,
in it, Jack Carr is Terminal List and Jack Ryan. I mean, not Jack Ryan, Jack Reacher.
Yeah, and so he because he's promoting it. I saw him promoting it on his Instagram, so I think he got something to do with it. And I think maybe it goes a little bit more in depth. I don't know if he mentioned something about Denzel. I don't know if Denzel's a part of it too. I don't know.
Well, fuck Beasley. What do you know? Fuck with shit. Well, fuck Beasley. What the hell do you know? Half an hour.
I don't know nothing, man. Authority. I don't know, man.
I just know what he told me. Don't come here. I don't.
Hold on. Let me tell you something.
I ain't black emoji. I ain't black emoji.
I remember something. I forgot.
I'll tell you one thing. I can't wait till my role as the Punisher come up. But anyway,
I thought it was Luke Cage.
Nah, I make a good damn Punisher.
It's all of them. He wants all the men's.
Hey, everybody's being race swap shit.
Race don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
A cool ass Punisher.
I'm waiting for the white Luke Cage to be in Harlem.
Yep, I can't wait for. I can't wait for
Panther.
I can't wait for the light skinned Panther.
The White Panther, Casper. That happened in the comic books. So keep fucking around, you're gonna get that Vin Diesel Black Panther.
You know, what is he gonna say? There's something that's more powerful than a heart-shaped herb. What's that? Family.
Yep. It's gonna be for family.
Oh Lord.
See, everybody jokes about that line. I don't even mind with that shit because I understand the sentiment of it. He sounds funny delivering it, but I understand the sentiment of it. And something was brought home really clearly in that with that shit. And most BC, you probably know this shit already too. How Vin Diesel takes care of Paul Walker's daughter.
Yeah.
Like he has become her surrogate father. Even not really having a father in his life, he became like her surrogate father. That he takes care of a bunch of other people's fucking kids and shit like that. Now, 20 years from now, they'll be trying to say he did something foul to him, but as it stands, he hasn't. And he's doing right by them and taking care of them. Why? Because he saw Paul Walker as family.
Oh, shit. He tells the story when Paul Walker died about when he went to try to go over to console Paul Walker's family. He said he just broke down and they was all hugging him. He was like, well, why y'all consoling me? He said, because even though he was our son, he was your brother.
Mm.
And so we trying to make sure you okay as well, just as much as we are okay. Because he tells that story. Because he thought he was gonna be all right in their presence and gonna be there to try to console them and during their grieving time. And he started grieving harder than them.
Mm-hmm.
It's so messed up. I was gonna do a show last night, but I was like, fuck it. And I told people, I said, you know what the worst thing about PTSD? It's not just the traumatic stuff. It's the stuff you miss.
Mm-hmm.
It's the stuff you miss being the hero. You miss being the elite. You miss the danger. You miss the action. And there may come a time when you can't go back. Nobody ever talks about that. You may not have a time where you can go back to being that. It's so hard to be told to be Clark Kent when you've been Superman for decades. And that's another part of PTSD people don't ever get. Like, you're telling me I gotta sit down when I've never sat down.
Well, the question would be, did you stand up for the admiration or did you stand up because that was the calling you to do it?
Well,
Because
those
my ticket would be that part, the part of missing that sounds like missing the admiration and not who you are. If it was always who you are, you didn't lose anything. It's nothing
no.
to miss.
And what I mean by that for a lot of people is that you miss the camaraderie.
Got you.
That's the part that a lot of people, when you go from military, paramilitary, and you come to the civilian world, civilians really don't go through a tenth of the shit. You're very protected.
Comparatively, yeah, it's not the same level.
No, and
But it's not supposed to be either. That's the whole
that's
point.
not supposed to be. You know, you don't see the Justice League in the Cheers bar, do you? I mean,
No, they go to Clark's. No, they don't go to Clark's.
hey,
Image characters go to Clark's bar.
you know, hey, Bruce.
Yeah,
You know,
DC goes to a different bar. Your bar is
and when you actually have to make peace with that, it lets you know that you're still alive. And you every time there's a lot of people you have to talk down because it's a hard hustle. And that's how it is in a lot of people's lives. It's a very hard hustle.
I just remember something.
I just forgot something.
Speaking of hard hustles. So I remember my story that I want to share with you guys about the 2 reasons I wouldn't stay in morrobay too long. One was when I told you that it's weird energy. Like I felt more at ease in the South than I did in California, being the only black dude around there. The other thing was the first night I was there, I got to my hotel and this white woman in overalls and on some crutches came out. She outside looking.
Well, that's not creepy.
I get my bags and stuff out, put them in my room, whatever. And then I go out to just see what the nightlife. I'm going to catch this sunset. So I go out, and while I'm out there catching the sunset, I get some good pictures and whatnot. And since I'm still out, I'm like, oh shit, I got my phone. I do what a good geek would do in a new area that you haven't been before. I turn on my Pokemon fucking Go, nigga. So I'm looking for my gems and my stops and, catching some Pokemon from the area. And I just start going down, seeing where all the stops are. And it's just one big long waterfront. I'm like, oh shit, it's hella stops. Well, since in California, it's illegal to have your cell phone in your hands while you're driving, I pull over at this spot down the wharf behind this trailer, in front of this trailer, behind another car. And I just pull over quick and I'm on my phone doing a gym and some other shit in my phone. The lights are still on. The car's still running. I'm thinking I'm going to get out the car, but it's cold. I'm not getting out. So I'm still sitting in the car. The car's running. I'm there about 5-10 minutes or so. In the car in front of me, people start getting out the car. Guess who's in the car in front of me? The woman in overalls on crutches. She gets out the passenger side. The driver's side gets out, and it's some older white woman. Okay, it's them. I look up and see them. I was like, this bitch don't think I'm following her ass. Just odd coincidence in this small ass town, right? I'm still playing my game. Somebody comes to my passenger side window. It's her. I let the window down. What are you doing here? Excuse me? Why are you following me? I'm not following you. I truly don't know who the fuck you are. No, I saw you at my hotel. Well, it must be my hotel too then, right? I'm playing a game. Is that okay with you? Can I park here? Is that okay with you? No, it's fine. I'm just saying you were following me. I'm not following you, lady. Trust me, I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Well, your lights. This is the other woman now. Your lights are really bright. The fuck you want me to do about that? Two white bitches, two Karens. Because I pulled behind them on a public street on a wharf and my lights were on, shining in the back of their fucking car, they decided to get out and ask me what my fucking issue was. And her first assumption was that I'm following her. I don't even know you. And if I was, I wouldn't be following some crippled leg, scungy looking white bitch around morrobay. Huh? What do you think you're doing that's important? I'm truly not thinking about nobody in this bitch. I'm catching fucking Pokemon. But beyond that, you want to ask me what I'm doing here? The fucking business isn't of yours. Oh, I can't exist here? I'm parked on the street where your car is. The fuck do you think I'm doing here? Parked! Crazy shit. Crazy shit. So I was expecting them to do something to the car when I was back at the hotel. They didn't, thankfully. Because it's a company car. With company logos all on the bitch. But that was par for the course of where I was. Now, before that, I was in Longpak. And when I walked into a Thai restaurant in Longpak, the Latino, Caucasian people was in there, the daughter couldn't help it. She was looking shocked. Like I just landed from Earth and my nose was blinking. Huh? Like, the fuck? You never seen a nigga before? Like, dude, you close to a military base. You had to see one or two of them.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it. Something the woman at the hotel told me is not to go on the Longpak. Oh, it's not good down there. Just go this way. Go on Santa Maria. I don't want to drive back up there. 20 minutes versus 30 minutes. Because 20 minutes away, some bullshit. 30 minutes away, they more acculturated.
Yeah.
Like, that was the feel being down in that part a little bit. Which is weird because it's California, right? It's liberal California. It felt like it should have been worse than the South.
Mm-hmm.
Where people was actually shocked to see you show up. Like, oh, you here. And mind you, it's other minorities here. Just not you.
Yeah.
You the weird one. I'm in an
That's what
Thai restaurant.
that's what I often tell people about when people that want to from Cali or New York or anywhere that want to try to talk about the South. I say you do realize the South is more integrated than where you are. Like, I mean, normally, like shit, dude, white people would be fucking friendly and be trying to ask you. Oh, they would have probably said that you need help.
Mm-hmm. No. This bitch's comment was what I was doing there. Like, I shouldn't be in a car by a wharf watching a fucking sunset.
Shit.
Where else did I need to be?
Hell, when I was working doing the PI shit, and because I didn't have the tinted windows, you know how many goddamn white people came up to my car thought and I was needing help? Like, oh, you need help? Your car need fixes? Do I need to call somebody? You okay? Do you need some water? You know it's hot out here. Do you want me to bring you some water? I was like, I'm not supposed to tell them that I'm a PI working. I'm like, yeah, I'm just working out here, but it should be.
White dude sitting in the car. That's strange as fuck. Mind you, I'm sitting in the car at night with my lights on. These bitches came up to my window.
And was bold enough to tap on it too.
She didn't tap on the window. She just came up to the window, was looking in it. And I'm on my phone and look over at her like, what the fuck? Yes? What do you need? Can I help you? What are you doing here? Sitting. What the fuck? I got kind of indignant. Anyway, you got some final thoughts, Beast. That was my other story from morrobay. It's a nice place. It's time to go.
Final thoughts tonight. We will see what will win the Oscars.
Well, you watching that shit?
We will. I am finna keep up with who. I ain't gonna watch it, but I'm a damn sure gonna keep up with who winning because they talking about Sinners getting the most noms. Got like 16 noms, but they saying right on that ass is one battle after another. And the way this last news story was talking about it, they was talking about Sinners, but they brought up one battle after another. That's up now.
So you want to make predictions? You want to make Oscar predictions?
Yeah.
I got a 50-50 chance of being right or wrong on this shit. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It don't mean shit. And if I'm right, I'm right. It does mean something. It means something to me. But not because I think this is how it should go. It's just what I think might happen. Sinners doesn't get it. And one battle after another does. Now, truth be told, I've seen Sinners 5 times. I haven't seen one battle after another. But I still believe Sinners was the better movie.
Yeah.
Why? Because one battle after another was building on that liberal shit like I was telling you with Outbreak. It is so many name stars in that motherfucker. It was stacked. But the reason I don't think it's probably a good movie is because they're pushing that black pregnant woman narrative, revolutionary narrative. I'm not buying that shit. That's not what I'm getting. That black woman got with Leo, and then they had the little beige daughter, and she was the revolutionary too, right? I was interested to see the movie because I like Leo, I like Benicio del Toro, I like some of the actors that's in it, but something about that was not passing the smoke for me. It wasn't sitting right for me. That's why I didn't rush out and watch it. I like the trailer, like no, it wasn't something I had to fucking see. So it just didn't rock with me for some reason. But what is coming down to the Oscars and Sinners getting all them nods, that shit that happened at the BAFTAs, the stuff that Michael B said at his award that he got, Sinners, may not get it unless they feel like, oh, well, it's going to be a backlash if we don't give it to sinners.
Well, I just saw something today with the whole comments that Timothy Chalamet made. Everybody mad at him about the comments. They said now Michael is favored to win the best. Well, is now favored to win best actor because due to Timothy Chalamet's comments. They said they showed like the numbers poll. Timothy's dropped and Michael rose. And I was like, oh, okay. So
what did Timothy say?
Where he talked shit about the ballet and the opera, where he was trying to say like, it was kind of boring and it's not, and like what he does is different.
The
So
difference
that's what it
between
was.
ballet and opera. I don't know. I have to see what it is. But look, there is free speech. I quote this all the time. Read Ice-T's book, The Ice-T Opinion. It's from the 90s. And one of the titles in the front of the book, there is free speech. Just watch what you say. Say whatever the fuck you want to. You just got to be willing to take the consequences of that shit.
Yeah.
Just what it is. Just what it is. So Timothy Chalamet can say something stupid. He's a fucking actor.
Yeah.
Don't shit on his movie because I still want to see Doom 3.
I mean, and what he said wasn't really that big of a deal. Yeah, we get it. The opera, it requires some training and your stuff and people still. But I mean, that's people's opinion. A lot of people think the opera and all that other shit is boring. He's not the only one.
No, but isn't that the same idea of Martin Scorsese coming out talking about the Marvel movies, how they weren't real cinema?
Yeah. Popcorn cinema.
Doesn't matter. They pay for themselves. They used to. They used to pay for themselves. Motherfuckers made $1 billion, nigga. They can make as many of these pictures as they want to. They make my money back. I'm sorry. If I'm gambling, I give you $100 and you turn it into $1 million, you could have another $2. I'm rocking with you, man. Here's another 200. Do it. Do it again. Like, shit. Get to the point where you start costing me, cut you off. Don't matter about the art at that point. There's room for both. There's room for both. Well, appreciate you, Beasley. I'm getting off of here. Maybe I'll take this work vehicle and get it washed and dropped off while the sun is still up because I don't want to be doing that shit tomorrow. I'd rather do it today and get it over with so I can drive to work tomorrow in my vehicle. Playing King as I come to work in a new role and train. But yeah, you're going to watch the Oscars. Thanks for reminding me of that song. I might actually check out the Oscars this year just to see if Sinners actually gets round shit.
I think they're going to give them 2 Oscars. Best music, because the old boy going to win the second Oscar for another
Morrison. Yeah. Morrison for score.
And best costume designer. They're going to give him a bullshit award.
Costume should win. Best picture might not go to Sinners, even though it should. It might not, because Ryan Coogler kind of in some shit with them because he don't support all of that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Just no. So they could sit there and punish his ass.
Yeah. They're going to give him best music and best costume design and all of the awards that actually fucking matter, like best actor and best picture and all the other shit.
I guess it depends on if they believe that this is the best movie he could ever make.
Mm-hmm.
If they believe this is the best movie he could ever make, they might shit on him because then they don't have to worry about it again. But if they don't think this is the best movie he could ever make, they might give it to him just so it doesn't turn around and bite them in the ass like they shit on me at the Oscars. But look, I made all these pictures that are awesome after that. That the Oscar shunning didn't fuck up his career in any way. Because Ryan Coogler young. He got a lot more movies to make, nigga. A lot more movies to make. You didn't like that shit? Trust me, you give us a Smoke and Stack movie, man, it's gonna be packed.
Y'all waiting for Black Panther 3? Shit, what are we talking about?
Yeah. Black Panther 3, that's still under Marvel, man. They gonna fuck that up the way they can. But him doing his own shit with some other studio that would be willing to give him his creative control that way, they probably ain't gonna give him another deal like he got. But you'll get more gems. You'll get more gems like Sinners. And less Wakanda Forevers. So we'll see. But thank you for coming up here, Beasley. I need to get my food off the porch and visit the facilities. I may see you around Rivals because I think at this point I should have 3 or 4 more days to get the rest of this shit done before they wipe it away. There's some costumes.
I'm gonna try to climb, even though there's a bunch of dumbasses in fucking rank.
I wasn't really even playing rank this time around. This season, shit. I didn't give a shit. Appreciate you. I'm gonna drop you down right now. This has been the Beastly Nerd, and I, folks, am gonna close out. I see your advertisement in here, Music Verse. I know who the Daily Wire is. The Rise of Merlin series might be interesting. I don't give a shit about people being conservative or liberal. I care about the product being actually good or bad. Is it worth watching or is it not worth watching? That's what I care about. I don't like my politics mixed in my media very much, or at least the over proselytizing of a particular viewpoint. Just present the material. I'll decide for myself. Thank you very much. I am independent, and I try to remain that way. I have some conservative ideals. I have some liberal ideas. But the main idea I hold to is mind your fucking business and leave me alone about mine. Please. I think that would be considered more egalitarian. I think. I'm not a political scholar. I just live here. Anyway, thank you. That's the show for today. Thank you for the people who donated, Herb and King Parrish, which was only 2, but I don't bang the drum all the time because there's a banner going across the screen that you could use to donate if you felt so inclined. Appreciate Charles, AB, Beastly Nerd for coming up. Malika, we're going to have to touch base on Cross once I get caught up this week. I got free time, so I can do that. Got League this week, and I'm playing in a tournament in April in Vegas, Jack and Jill tournament. So I'm teaming up with one of my other League members to play in this male-female tournament. So we're going to have to get some practice in before April because she is the one I beat to go to the regionals. So it actually makes sense that we team up to do a male-female competition against other male-female teams. We just may end up against one of the other teams, 2 other players in our league, which is my old 9-ball partner and his girlfriend, the one he left our team to go play with. So it might be interesting, but I think me and her play styles are similar. I got a good gauge of what she's good at. I'm sure she has a good gauge of what I'm good at. As long as we can make that shit gel together, man, it'll be Shinji and Asuka in that bitch. And not in the stupid way, because I'm not Shinji like that. But we can get that shit in sync and actually do some damage. And I'll be down for that. Why the fuck not? It's another trip to Vegas and another big tournament. This is actually the bigger tournament. So it's the first stages of that world tournament. So hell yeah. So I'm going to Vegas, y'all. Next month. So other than that, thank you for showing up. I'm artisanmc. This has been the Hero's Journey. I do this every Sunday at 8 a.m. until I feel like stopping. Today is 12. Oh, shit, I got League today. 2 o'clock. Forgot. I got 9 ball today at 2. Good. I do need to eat and try to get some stuff done because I got to go play and see my other part of my team. See if anybody missed me. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Peace.